58. Oh, yeah.
Wake up, Woodward. We are starting off your day with a brand new crew. Meet Broder.
I can't control my arms sometimes. My limbs are just kind of flying.
Detroit Kool-Aid.
Fired up!
Y'all got Kool-Aid.
I'm fired up! But with the Wake Up Woodward crew, he's actually a part of the family.
Flannel Sam.
Ask me about my wiener. Okay.
Along with JB and KG. Wake Up Woodward gets you all of your Detroit sports talk. Every morning, 8 to 10 a.m. Live on Woodward Sports. A show for Detroit, by Detroit, with people from Detroit. Tell Siri to set an alarm. Because it's time to Wake Up Woodward.
Let's go! I'm fired up! I'm fired up!
This man.
Let's go! Man, a lot has happened in the last 24 hours. A lot. We'll keep it to the sports, though, in the pros. It's your boy Brandon, a.k.a. Detroit Kool-Aid, your credentialed Pistons reporter and writer. This here, Matthew Broder, our credentialed.
Unemotional.
Our credentialed Tigers and Lions reporter and writer.
Good morning.
What up, though, brother? Good morning.
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. It's a beautiful Thursday. We're in studio today, but Big B's out at not Planet Fitness, Pet Supply, Premier Pet Supplies.
Yeah.
Golly, that's not a good start. Naming the competition. Premier Pet Supply out in Livonia.
Yes, sir.
Tomorrow we're at Dispo, but hey, we're here today. We got so much to talk about. One final Tigers topic, and then we're getting into training camp. We're getting into these Lions. Got some time for a little bit of Pistons at the end of the show, but there's so much going down at camp that we've kind of blown past because the trade deadline was just so Tigers. We had to get our Tigers in. Now it's football season.
It was appropriate. It was appropriate. You have to give it its professional attention. We did that. You broke it down. I thought it was very, very good. Whether you agreed or disagreed with the opinion or the takes, overall, though, I thought everything was good. But you know what? Before I tell you guys about why I'm wearing this, and you know what? You're wearing a very appropriate shirt as well, Justin. But before I tell you guys why I'm wearing this Batman shirt, let me just tell you guys about the rest of the cast and crew with the Woo. Shout out to Flannel Sam as well. Our brother, he's on vacation, supporting his sister right now. Happy for you guys and the successes that you're having. Can't wait to have you back on the show, brother. But we got that dude, Justin, in the building. I'm loving the shirt.
Hey, thank you. I went to go see it for the second time last night.
Second?
Yeah,
I'm still trying to go see it for the first time.
Oh, it hit just as good, just as hard. It's so good. I love that movie. Hey, Marvel's back.
Marvel's back?
Dare me to say.
They're back?
Marvel's back.
They're back. And you know what? I like Henry Cavill as Superman. I heard that he made a cameo. Shout out to Marvel for treating my guy better than my beloved DC. Come on, guys. Get it together, DC. Get it together.
It was so funny. It was so funny. The justice was due.
That's what's up. Shout out to Detroit's #1 draft pick in the sound booth. We got KG. That is Black Hollywood.
What up, though?
Welcome back, brother.
Hey, you missed me?
Hey, bro, we missed you, man. It's
Hey.
always good to have the Bar King in the building.
Appreciate
you know,
y'all.
it's cool to see you dominating in that as well. Because I know you. No, look, man.
yourself, dude.
Don't
Look,
be hating, man.
He's an actual artist. He's an actual rapper. So, like, to see you shine in that lane.
Thank you.
So it's like when I look at Broder, absolutely shine with his Tigers talking baseball.
Oh yeah, most definitely. You pissed a lot of people off yesterday, apparently.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
It's weird what unemotional analysis like brings.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I could go just like listen to Ben Verlander and get my takes from him, or we can actually take this motherfucker down.
I saw that too, by the way. But you know, you and Kool-Aid get a lot of flack for being like more on the optimistic side of things, and you know, I agree with y'all. But we'll get further into it.
Yeah, I'm interested in your take.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie, because we gotta introduce Woodward Sports' MVP.
Yo,
The whole time I was introducing KG, his face was somewhere else, and I realized where it was. Like his mind was somewhere else. Right when I was done introducing him, he's like, yeah, thank you for that. You know what, Broder? And I like that, man. I like that because the team, Woo Crew, we got each other's back. I know a lot of people might not be in on what we talking about, but at least we know, and that's what matters.
Yeah.
Shout out to Woodward Sports' MVP. That is JB Smooth in the TD Boo.
J Biz.
What up, though, brother? Hey, you gotta
Hey,
explain
what
the
up?
merch, the gear.
What's
the
going
hat.
on, fellas? You know the hat assholes live forever, always.
Damn right.
You know, I
Damn
got on my
right.
Soroki shirt
the
as well
team came
too.
dressed for battle, man.
Got on my Soroki shirt. About to go do a shift right after this.
So
So,
that's
you know,
fire.
y'all need some pizza? Just let me know.
You hooked me up with some
was that
biscuits.
really a Soroki shirt?
Yeah,
It is.
That's so
100%.
sick.
It is.
We got Soroki's merch.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, I gave those out at the draft.
I was.
Oh, he was
wasn't at
working.
the- yeah, I was like,
You
you
were
know, working the draft.
doing
With our
cool
football
things.
guy.
Yeah.
You know, from Pride.
Hey, you should have seen me slinging those shirts though. I was throwing straight spirals.
Just opening up the trench coat, and you got Soroki shirts here. You got
He was a
Boot
real.
Kid
He
shirts
was a
here.
real Tom Gorse.
Justin from the start has just been a hustler.
I'm telling, bro, straight
I'm a
up
hustler.
Tom Gorse type with that shirt. And that was the first time I met him. It was at the draft party, and he was everywhere doing everything. And you know what? We got Chase Amley in studio.
Oh,
as
yes,
well.
sir.
He was there as well. You had the Holmes Cooked Meal shirt on. I remember it like yesterday, man.
Done.
Hey, stud. That's what. Hey, chat family. As always, you guys are the most important part of this. Go ahead and smash that like button to support the Woo Crew. It helps us a lot. Let's get it going, man. You want to
sir.
tell people what we are talking about today?
Yes, we're just gonna like for real this time. We're gonna put a bow on the trade deadline because KG's back and because we didn't get to the grades of the deadline yesterday. So we got one segment. We're gonna run through it. There's still some interesting stuff that came out a day later. Even Ben Verlander stepped back. He's like, hey, you know what? After I realized that happened and that happened, hey, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
Weird.
Crazy.
But
Save
then-
it. Save it.
Sorry, I know. But then we're going to get into Lions training camp. I want to focus on the defense, specifically the defensive line today, but we can take it wherever we want. We got 3-4 sections in a row
go.
just tied to training camp. And if we got time right at the end, and we can always save it for tomorrow if needed, there's like some people talking about a Pistons mess brewing. Like, I feel like they're finally on the right track, but I need you to like ease my mind about whatever this slander has been
And I
coming
know,
out.
and you know, I know what you. I see where you're going there, and you know what? Real quick,
What?
I got the Batman
Yeah,
shirt
tell
on.
us.
Listen, it is August 1st. This is perfect because it is my birthday month. Birthday month, man. August 7th.
8, 7.
I get Batman Today, the Cape Crusader animated series. It is made in the same vein. It's like a throwback to the original animated series, which I started watching with Kid Kool-Aid. I got to get them hip. And I know, KG, you a Batman fan as well,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Hey, I'm excited for it, man. How you feeling? It's 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Nah, definitely. I wanted to watch it. I know they taking more of the 1930s approach as opposed to like a newer Batman. It's supposed to be like an unofficial sequel to the old animated series.
Yep.
So definitely looking forward to it, man. It's Batman, man.
It's
Come
Batman.
on. Come
It's
on,
Batman.
dog.
And then, birthday month, right? August 8th, the day after we get Lions football. Preseason, but it's still Lions football.
Yeah.
But-
a week from today is
week
the
from
Hall of
today.
Fame game. Like, football starts in a week. Like,
Yeah.
it started,
Football starts
No,
tonight.
football
starts
starts
tonight.
That's tonight.
It's
Bears and
tonight.
Yeah, that's
Texans.
tonight.
Tonight.
Those where my head's been. It's tonight?
Yes.
Bears
Is
and
that,
Texans.
is that what Dante's
Football
talking
is
about?
Caleb
tonight.
Williams, CJ Stroud, if they play.
Dante 151 $9.99 super chat, my guy. Can we please talk on how cursed that poster of tonight? I should have read this first. Tonight's NFL preseason game is between the Bears and Texans because Stroud's nose looks like it's longer than it actually is. Also, Maz needs to relax. I need to read through these before I actually read through these.
Yeah.
Because I'm the one on air who gets this clipped of me. But nonetheless, you're right.
There's a picture of
There
it
it
as
is.
well too.
Oh man!
Wow, I love seeing. I see 2 players who've been in the NFL
Football's
already,
back.
and then one who's never thrown a ball.
Yeah, but it's somehow top 10 in a QB ranking.
Yeah, Nick Wright,
weird.
top 5.
Weird, huh?
Yeah, we're gonna get into those QB rankings a little bit because just more. Dan Orlovsky, come on, and he's up on the screen right now. Dan, I want to support you, my guy.
Listen, remember during the show, and I took the picture, man. His quarterback rankings, man. Hey, it's just a fan. Is he for real? It's your birthday? He said it's my birthday. If it is, happy birthday! Happy birthday! He put it's my birthday.
Just a fan, baby. Happy birthday!
That's the fan.
You
Happy
know who else
birthday.
too? Herb Nash. We got legends in the chat with birthdays. Happy birthday, Herb Nash.
Yeah, shout out.
Hey,
Let's
go,
go,
Herb.
my Leo. Let's go, my Leo. It's appropriate for the Lions back, man.
Energy in
Let's
this room is
go.
infectious.
Woo!
sir.
And you know what? This is probably an appropriate transition as well. Some Herb Nash said, at this point, I have more faith in a Pistons rebuild than the Tigers. And you know what? You said some mess going on or something brewing with the Tigers, and you know this is so appropriate. Somebody is moving in on Broder's girl, KG.
What up?
Jalen Duren moving in.
I saw it on Angel Reese. On Angel Reese, man. Hey, that's a flex, man. Shout out to Jalen Duren for making that happen. But hey, hey, man, he saw the pictures of her at that game, man, and he couldn't help himself. So, shit, I don't blame him.
Dog. How much, man, those pictures, because you know they got this new thing. We're going to have to cover it one day. They got this new thing that is going to become the sports or just entertainment in period where you can actually invest in a player or an entertainer's stock. How much did her stock go up at Vegas Summer League?
Tremendously.
Tremendously. That would have been like, yo, if you got it on the ground level, right now, you're sitting back buying franchises.
Hey, much like Ndamukong and Suh on the way to Allen Park yesterday, if you know, you know. And I'll just leave it at that.
I mean, I don't even know if you're looking at the sheet. That's a perfect transition. Ndamukong
It's
Suh.
perfect. It's perfect.
We don't know where he ended up, I don't think, but there was from his Instagram, little if you know, you know post.
He was on Southfield Freeway, y'all.
Yup.
If y'all know, he was on Southfield Freeway on the way to Allen Park.
Any chance, guys, he's on the roster, or is he coming to just like watch camp or cover it or something?
If it is him on the way, it's like, does it? You know what adds to the intrigue is that John Kaminsky also hit that injury. You know what I mean? It's just like, man, like it does make you just think a little bit. Last year, we know that there was some flirtation.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where it goes from here.
I don't think it's anything. If we're going to be honest,
he has business here and family.
He does. He does. But it's cool to see him come up. I bet it's somewhat Lions related. Like he might have business. They still come in. He'll have to show up at camp and support the team. Like that's what's starting to happen with this Lions team. Even someone like Ndamukong Suh, who
been more pro Lions lately.
Exactly. He's shown a lot of love to Detroit.
Yeah.
Businesses, investments, everything here. Just to have him actually come back and physically be here, especially after all the crap we dealt with during the pandemic. It's like, all right, like people are coming to Detroit.
Yeah.
I love it.
I love it. And you know what? It all coincided with the changes that happened at the top of this organization and how that affected everything else underneath it. And that's where it is, because you look at the relationships repaired with Barry Sanders. You look at the relationship repaired with Calvin Johnson.
Yeah.
And that comes from people not just like a Rod Wood, but like a Mike Disner, as well as a Chris Spillman and Sheila.
Yeah.
They played huge roles in this.
So is he like not retired? He didn't retire yet, did he?
No, I don't think he did.
No, he didn't.
Really?
No.
So
He's not retired?
No, he's not.
I'm really thinking there's something more to this, man. Or at least the Lions fan in me wants this to happen, man.
It blew up on socials.
Listen, man, Suh got a bad rap during his departure here. He really wanted to be a Detroit Lion. I think that gets slept on a lot when you talk Ndamukong Suh and how he left here. The Lions didn't want to pay him at the time. They didn't want to pay him what he probably deserved. He ends up going to Miami, and we all know the story from there. But to me, this would be a perfect homecoming. Can you imagine having Suh coming off the bench
With Reeder and Broderick Martin?
Stop, man!
that's still wild.
Stop it. That's
is
nasty.
Listen, man, if we liked and went crazy for Uncle Bruce Irvin, trust me, man, we would definitely appreciate what Suh could bring to the table. And you're right, man. That Suh thing, sometimes I think about it, and it's like, I know Ben Wallace is, like, he's all-time. He's a Hall of Famer, all-time defender. But when the Pistons didn't pay him, and then when the Lions were like, we ain't going to pay Suh, both of those to me was just like, what are we doing?
Wow.
And they're both on the defense. It felt like players that fit like how our heart beats.
Mm-hmm.
And so when those two guys left, it was just like, man, come on.
Sue would have been perfect for this type of team. Like, without the structure of the teams he was on and his attitude, I don't mean a bad attitude, but his kind of football violent.
They would have channeled it better.
Saying?
Yes.
Finish the sentence for me, please.
Yeah, absolutely. They would have channeled it better than who was the coach at the time.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're right.
We don't talk about that.
Exactly. But damn you, Martin Mayhew, for not making this happen and keeping him a Lion, man. But it's good to see him home.
Yes. Last thing, bro, real quick. You have that the video from the Yankees signing of Ken Griffey Jr. If not, we'll save it till the end because apparently at the deadline they went out and traded for Ken Griffey Jr.
Okay.
In the form of Sam Flannel's nemesis.
Wait, what?
Nemesis.
Hold on. What?
Did I not put it in there? Maybe we'll play it out of break.
Yes.
I think. Oh wait, yeah, I do have it here.
All right, throw that up.
The boy's
Ken
been
Griffey
raking.
Jr., who's still getting paid by the Reds, got taken out of retirement. Look at this swing. Look at this, number 13.
It's all power right there.
It's that
boy
uppercut
Jazz.
where the arm flares open,
That boy.
and then he sets it down.
Jazz been on fire since he.
It's blasphemous to compare him to Ken Griffey Jr.
Of
That's
course.
my favorite play. That is one of my favorite athletes of all time. But like this little 4-second clip from Hyatt Craig on Twitter, on X, at Hyatt Craig. I mean, that's like vintage, that Ken Griffey Jr. finale, like that final part to a swing. I love it.
And you know what? You know who he has to thank for that?
What?
That guy right there in the middle of that graphic, Flannel Sam.
He does.
All right.
He does.
Shout out.
He's just lit a fire.
He does. When we come back, we're going to give our grades for the Tigers, and we're going to talk about Tyrone Liranzo. Tyrone. That's how it's pronounced. As confirmed by Dan Hasty.
Tyrone.
You already knew what I was on, KG.
Tyrone Liranzo. We're going to just give our final grades for the deadline. Let KG say what he wants to say about how it went. But Kool-Aid first. Tell me about Premier Pet Supply.
I will. Just like Flannel Sam has brought out the best in Jazz Chisholm, if you want the best for your pets, you got to go to Premier Pet Supplies. Hands down, Michigan's best pet store. They offer you all of the same prices and the conveniences of the big box and online retailers with one major difference. They've been family and locally owned for over 30 plus years. They carry over 60 brands of food and they have nutrition experts to help you. Same day, local curbside and home delivery. Premier Pet Supply. Give your pet the best. So visit them online, www.premierpetsupply.com.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
The Ally Challenge presented by McLaren is back August 22nd through 25th at Warwick Hills and Grand Blanc. Be there for PGA Tour Champions Golf, Family Night, concerts, and more. Tickets start at just $15. Get yours at allychallenge.com today.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week, walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
Hole 17, listen, stay tuned. I'll tell you about that. The Ally Challenge presented by McLaren is back August 22nd through the 25th at Warwick Hills. Leave the golf to the pros. Why? Because you don't want to miss what goes down at hole 17. KG, am I lying, bro?
Hell no.
Hey, $2 birdie beers, concerts, and more. Get your tickets at allychallenge.com. Brought to you by the Randy Wise Automotive Group, and we'll meet you there.
And what if you want $10 of free products from Dispo Dispensary? You just screenshot this image right to that side of my head on screen. You do it, bring it to any Dispo location, you get a free $10 to spend in store with a minimum purchase of $25. So visit Dispo Dispensary today or disposhops.com. They are your local cannabis plug.
What up, though, people? Welcome back to Wake Up Woodward. We appreciate you guys for supporting the Woo Crew. Shout out to our brother Flannel Sam. He has someone missing him right now, Jay Cruiser, who I assume once Flannel Sam, he say, I need some yelling, have Flannel Sam call in. He must not be necessarily happy with the Tigers trade deadline, but You know what will make us happy is if you guys went on ahead and satisfied that like button. You got to treat it right. Treat it nice.
Hey, we almost to the weekend, y'all. I see you looking at me, looking at you, looking at me. I need you to pick up that phone real nice and slow. Go ahead and tap that like for me. Thank you.
Thank you.
I know we got to get into a little bit of Tigers. You know what, Flannel Sam? I got the bat shirt on. We'll throw out the bat signal. If you want to tap in, you already know what the deal is, bro. But we got a little bit of news. Hey, let's get that siren going.
Oh, I got you. Hold on.
Hey, that dude
Breaking
Justin.
News. Tristan Wirfs has just reached a 5-year, $140 million contract to make him the highest paid offensive lineman in NFL history.
Damn. All right, guys. So who's the best offensive lineman in the NFL?
Penei Sewell.
And who's not the highest paid offensive lineman in the NFL?
Penei Sewell.
Oh,
Brad Holmes cooks again.
Yes,
Brad
sir.
Holmes. Slow clap. For Brad.
Timing's everything. Timing's everything. We got to talk more about that because there's some Penei Sewell in the show sheet when we get into Lions camp. But I think that's huge news. Justin broke to us in between breaks. Tristan Wirfs is sensational, by the way. Like,
he's worth it.
He's right up there. So I really don't mean to throw shade on him, but it's the timing of it all. Like Penei Sewell, 23 years old, but like he should be the highest paid offensive lineman in the league. But the market is the market.
As good as Penei Sewell is, I don't care if it sounds crazy. I still feel like his ceiling is a lot higher than people believe from this point.
Oh, yeah.
I think he can even get nastier. I think there's so much more he can bring to the table and so much more the defense is going to have to do to scheme when Penei Sewell's out there on the field.
100%. They can do so much in their playbook because of him and his athleticism and his ferocity. Like, it's I can't wait to talk about it because there was the Lions coach this morning who gave him, like, wait, did I already say that live? I don't remember. One of the Lions coaches, I'll tease it again,
said
he had some high praise for Penei Sewell, a defensive-minded coach on the Lions. So we'll get to that in about a segment and a half. But let's put our bow on this trade deadline. Let's get KG to get his final thoughts, and then we'll go around the room. We're going to grade the Flaherty trade and then just grade the deadline as a whole. I expect, like, grades all over the place. No judgment here. You're not going to get – never mind.
Yeah.
Hey, KG,
I mean, if you give him an F, there will be judgment.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, what is it? Are you one of these polar guys, man? Are you upset?
I tell you what, my baseball team's going to shit.
That's why I wanted to preface it. I could tell.
I'm actually. I think what Scott Harris did at the deadline was smart. I think while it wasn't like blow me away type good, I do think it was necessary what he did. He flipped 4 expiring contracts and got 8 prospects. What more can you ask for? And I'll break this down in terms of, okay, the Terry Scooble deal and then just the trade deadline as a whole. The trade deadline as a whole, what else was he going to do, guys? Like, he wasn't going to get these premier prospects. And I don't understand. Well, I kind of understand it. It got closer to the deadline. People saw the Kikuchi deal, pause. And they thought that the value of what they could get for Flaherty was way up. So no, they thought the value of what they could get was way up. But in reality, you were never going to get anything crazy for Flaherty. But I thought what they came away with was pretty solid. And at this point in the Tigers' development and seeing the type of owner that we have, you need to start war chesting prospects, either to help your team down the road or for more deals, either in the winter or in the months after that. So
reasonable thought.
I thought that the trade deadline was more than okay. I would have been more worried if he didn't trade Flaherty because it was getting tight. I was getting worried, man. He got some deals done. I'm not mad at it. I mean, he got 2 prospects for what? Andrew Chafin? Like, what are we talking about here?
And Carson Kelly?
And then in terms of the Scooble deal, I'm not gonna. I want to branch off the Scooble, the trade that didn't happen. Yeah. So because we saw what the Orioles were doing, they started trading for pitchers. You kind of knew that the deal was dead. At this point, though, I think it's absolutely imperative that you trade Scooble in the winter. Just
one of the 2 options.
Just looking at the type of owner you have and the type of agent that he has, you're not going to be able to sign this guy any earlier than past that 2-year arbitration period, of team control. They're taking this to the market. And I just don't believe that you have the owner that would be willing to pony up that kind of money. So you need to trade him this winter while his value is still somewhat high, hopefully coming off of a Cy Young, and have a foundation built for this team going in. That way you can facilitate your young guys and they'll be able to have a learning curve, because they're not just going to come in and just take the league by storm. No. Like, we got to be realistic here. But I do think they have a chance to compete if they do this thing right. So I just really would hope that they would look into that maybe into the winter.
This offseason is everything. Like, we now learn a lot about this organization and Scott Harrison ownership and their plan, at least in the short term. But that final sort of stamp to really how this rebuild, this foundation starts, it's this winter and what they do, either trading him or getting aggressive and building around him. Even if it's not building the long-term pieces, it's putting, 2 steps above Mark Canna type players around their youth again. Yeah. So they don't run into these issues again this year. Can still chase the playoff and deep World Series, a deep playoff run, but you can't let Sarah Scoble just waste away here.
Exactly. And for another 2 years.
What are you laughing at?
The chat, y'all. The chat. JV, are you monitoring this chat?
They're
already on one. Listen.
Everybody loves Kikuchi.
Everybody. And I can't read Mr. Detroit City's comment, but
I got you.
Is he okay? You want to read it?
I mean, we'll see, actually.
Yeah, you know what? I need somebody else.
Oh, nope, not reading that one. I'm trying to be in good standing with the Lions. Can't read that one.
Do you guys?
That's a never allowed in the locker room type of
Where is it? I'll read it for
comment.
I don't know if we can read that one.
I don't know if you want to, man.
Okay, I'll stay away.
It's funny. It's funny.
It's agreeable.
All right, we got 5
minutes.
5 minutes left in this segment. Let's just go around the Flaherty trade. We're gonna do the Flaherty trade and the trade deadline. But that reminded me, I have a quote from Ken Rosenthal. He wrote an article in The Athletic, a really great article. I'll post the link in the chat. But he talks about the Flaherty deal falling apart with the Yankees. I believe it was Monday night, maybe it was Tuesday morning. It fell apart. Ken Rosenthal said, once the Yankees backed out of their agreement on Flaherty with the Tigers, word spread throughout the industry and other teams became aware of New York's concerns with his injuries, with his back. But only the Yankees and Dodgers reviewed Flaherty's medicals, a process that generally begins only after a trade agreement is in place. So take that for what it is. Okay. The Yankees backed out. We don't know what that deal was on that was on the table. It was agreed. I feel like Chase Hampton was involved, but we'll never know. Nonetheless, a rental, he got two prospects for him. One really high ceiling type of prospect, another AAA shortstop that's probably your bridge to your longtime shortstop, but nonetheless, he got something for him. And this was a successful little experiment. Second year in a row, Michael Lorenzen, then Jack Flaherty, where this pitching staff and this organization proves you want to come here and earn your next contract or come help us out for half a year.
Yeah.
Eventually, the goal is to retain those guys, keep them through the entire year when they're competitive, and then re-sign them. But you got to get these 2 first guys out of the way, and they did just that. So, Kool-Aid,
yes, sir.
The Jack Flaherty trade.
Yeah.
Just what grade would you give us? Jack Flaherty for Trey Sweeney's AAA shortstop, and Tyrone Lorenzo, single-A switch hitting catcher with power.
I'm not going to sit and act like I'm the baseball expert here, but just from everything I've heard, as well as this information that I heard as well early on after the Jack Flaherty trade, is that his value was a little bit hurt by the back injury concerns and the injections. And you got to think about this furthermore. It's been widely reported that this guy, he loves Detroit. It's been reported that he's a candidate to return to Detroit. So that has to factor in my opinion, more than anything with the injuries. I think that might be in the back of all of the minds of the teams that the Tigers are dealing with. So in my opinion, to get something out of a player that might return to Detroit and the other team knows that, I'm sorry, I got to give that a winning grade. I got to give that a B.
I love it. KG.
Yes, sir. I'm going B as well. And what a lot of people fail to realize with the Flaherty deal, you could have kept him, sure, and offered him a qualifying offer. If he didn't accept, you would have got a draft pick. What you got may have been more than what you could have got with that draft capital. So you had to get rid of him. It was close, but they got the deal done. It was an expiring contract, your most valuable expiring contract, and you got a shortstop, I think, at the AA level.
AAA.
Oh, even better. You got a shortstop at the AAA level, maybe somebody that can help you in the future. I give it a B.
JB Smooth.
Jay Bizzle.
What up, though?
Despite what everyone might think, I think it's a solid B. It's a solid B. You got prospects, you got potential. You just have to see how this turns out. But once again, time will tell. And as you have already said, Broder, no one likes that P word of patience. So
I hate it.
Unfortunately, that's what you're going to have to wait and see.
It is. Justin.
I'm on the same wavelength as JB. I think it's a B. I think you can't make it an A because you don't know what these players are going to be in the future. But in terms of the Flaherty trade, I honestly think because of the back injections, I give it an A because you arguably got the best prospect that was traded throughout the entire trade deadline for a guy who has injury concerns, who had a team back out on him. I'd say that's a successful trade. Yeah. 100%.
I can't hate that. I can't hate that. I can't believe I'm maybe the lowest grade. I'm going to give it a B- for one reason only. And
I mean, break it down.
I think I
value your opinion.
I wanted a third prospect. I know you weren't going to get that high-end prospect, but because of the hot market out there, even if it was a little bit of fool's gold with that Kikuchi trade, okay, so you couldn't get the top-end prospect. I would just let one more throw-in at the single A level
you
or
ain't
double
nothing
A
but
level.
A coochie mama.
But this is total upside. Tyrone Lorenzo, it's an upside pick, and Trey Sweeney, like I said, I believe this is we're going to get rid of Baez in the offseason.
Yes.
Trey Sweeney is our bridge to McGonigal or Rayner, or if they go, I don't think they're going to do it, get a Willie Adames in free agency. Actually, that wouldn't make sense having Trey Sweeney. Basically, he's your bridge to your long-term shortstop.
Yeah.
Let's just not do Kreidler.
Pardon?
Let's just not do Kreidler.
No, absolutely.
That's the thing. There's nothing in AAA right now.
I know.
So they needed, I think the Kreidler experiment is done. There's not much evaluation, even if he's an extra bat in your roster. I think that's done. Mm-hmm. He still has a little bit of upside. I mean, he was a first-round pick by the Yankees in 2021, and they totally messed up his swing. The Dodgers tried to get him back to what he did coming out of high school. Yeah. We'll see if the Tigers can bring something out of him. You never know. All right, we'll do this one real quick. Just total trade deadline final grades with your short little tidbit of analysis if you want.
Yeah, you know what? For me, I believe that overall this is a grade that you have to have that's passing. C. I believe it's to be determined. You got 8 prospects for 4 rental players. Mm-hmm. That is a success. You got something good for Jack Flaherty. That is a success. I want to give it a higher grade. I want to give it a B, but I believe that you got to see what these prospects do based on kind of the perspective of what we've had here as Tigers fans going through the Vila era, where it was, hey, we got these prospects. Sean Belize was talking about it yesterday. So for right now, let's see. I give it a passing grade.
Let's go, KG.
Yes, sir. I'm sticking at a B. It could have been higher. It could have been lower. But overall, he did what he was supposed to do. You came away with your farm system in a much stronger place than what it was. And like I said, this can either help your team down the road, or you can use some of these guys to flip for deals later on. So I give it a B overall.
The smoothness.
Your royal smoothness.
Single trades, they're probably B, B-, but overall, altogether, you probably got to give it, as Kool-Aid says, a passing grade of at least a C. It's decent. You tried. I see where your head was at when trying to move these players and what you could and couldn't do, but at the same time, you still have to wait and see what you got in return with all these players. So, once again, you got to practice patience, and it's a C for me.
Yes. All right, Justin. Last one before me. What grade do you give the entire trade deadline for the Tigers?
I'll give it a B. Keep it at a B. I like the multiple bites at the apple. I like the fact that we got multiple prospects back, 4 singular players, and even though there's definitely projects in this mix, I think that we're going to see at least a couple have some major league contribution, so that gives me some hope.
I love it. I'm giving it a B too. A B. I understand all the grades, and if you said it's a D, I understand it. For me, the fact that you guys hit all the major points. The fact that they got something for their guys. The fact that they traded their most of their 1-year contracts. I mean, we're talking about this is an F grade as of 5:57 p.m.
Yeah.
Right before they announced that. If you don't move Flaherty, that's an F as a deadline.
Yes.
But they got 8 prospects with some upside. This team, the only reason is it's not an A probably, there still isn't that true long-term plan with what you're going to do around Skubal. Mm-hmm. So that it can't be an A, but it's a B. They did what they had to do.
And I got one more question for you to
Yeah.
kind of put a bow on this.
Let's do it.
You know what? I got two questions. This one for Scott Harris. Are you more or less confident after this trade deadline in Scott Harris and his vision?
I'm more because he's not getting bullied by anybody. Like everyone is against him right now and putting him in that Avila category. He's sticking to his guns and he's rebuilt. Like it's a new rebuild. This is not the rebuild that's been going on for 10 years. He's dealing with all this, the mess that Avila left him. And I think he's done a sensational job. Has he been perfect? Absolutely not. But like this man is not having anybody affect the plan he wants in place to not cut corners, to not go and make a mistake on a Baez or a Jordan Zimmerman.
Yeah.
Not Montgomery.
Jordan Zimmerman.
Jordan
Yeah.
Zimmerman.
Like he's not cutting, he's not taking shortcuts. So I respect him for that. He looks like a nice little guy.
The nice little guy.
Nice little guy.
Yeah.
Nice
And
to meet you.
he's got some negotiating chops to prove. We don't see what's behind, but like to be determined on that, his eye for talent, I like.
Yeah, and number 2, Big Show Picks. He says, nobody likes that word. It's the P word.
Yeah.
When it's preached throughout Detroit sports for years now. And I'm wondering this. Is it more that the Lions are making fans spoiled or more that the Pistons and Tigers and the length of the Red Wings rebuild has broken people or a little mix of the two?
Probably a mix of the two, but I think it's more Tigers, Pistons, Red Wings. Their types of rebuilds. Dante. Because the Red Wings, I think people understand, at least they trust that Stevie Y is going to do things the right way, and they're frustrating with how long it takes. With the Pistons and the Tigers over the last decade, we've been told they've been rebuilding. They've been told they're going all in, or the rebuild's 100% over. Like all this lip service that really wasn't accurate. Oh, the minor leagues they're in really good shape. Yeah, they had some top prospects, so the rankings look good, but the minor leagues blew. Like there was no development system in place. So we see these guys get up to AAA, the big league level, and they're struggling. Even Reese Olson last year struggled in AAA. Like there are things that these young players need to learn on top of just getting reps and getting at bats. Wyatt Langfords of the world, that's an outlier. He's a terrific player, and I probably shouldn't bring up Wyatt Langford in the same conversation. We're talking about being patient with the Tigers, but you want your prospects to get as many at bats as possible, see as many pitches as possible. That's what Torque. He's working on certain things. Torque down at the AAA level. It's tricky. I think fans are they're tired.
They are.
They're
You know what?
tired.
ADIS411, this is one of those people that supported like Woodward Pistons when we were just kind of like 10 subscribers, deep. He said Pistons rebuilding since 2008. So I know he's not trolling. I know that he's hurting.
Yeah, that hurts. That hurts.
Yeah.
Especially when those are our team. Like, it brings excitement and energy. And you pair that with the Lions having success. And, all right, we felt it now from a team we didn't ever expect it from. That's special. That's special. We got to talk about that team, though.
Yep.
We got to talk
do.
about those Lions.
Oh, man.
Because they're down down
Down
in training camp right now. Sun's shining.
Oh yeah, it just started too.
Just started like a couple minutes ago.
Yeah, a couple minutes.
And Enos Rickshaw. I'm glad we talked about him yesterday because the reports, they just continue to be good and good and good. You talking about that ceiling for him? It's higher than it was on draft night already. But you know what?
Speak Easy wants us to hurry up and get to the part where y'all say active NFL players in Dano don't know ball because they don't have guys ranked in the top 10. He's already hedging his bet. Easy's already hedging it. He knows we're gonna talk about Dan Orlovsky's bad list, which has changed 10 times in the last 3 months, and we're gonna call him out on it.
Hey, you know
Let me
what?
tell you about Les Stanford, though.
Hey, tell him about it.
What happens when you run a great business for
Tell
over
me
50
about
years?
it, man. Tell me about it.
You expand, you offer more products to more people. That's exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC. The same great service that their customers have come to know and trust on Woodward Avenue, just south of 9 Mile Road. So go check out Les Stanford in Dearborn today at lesstanford.com. Les Stanford Chevrolet, together. Let's drive.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around, who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola? Really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets?
Nobody!
The Ally Challenge presented by McLaren is back August 22nd through 25th at Warwick Hills and Grand Blanc. Be there for PGA Tour Champions Golf, Family Night, concerts, and more. Tickets start at just $15. Get yours at allychallenge.com today.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
So just to get the heated steering wheel, I also had the spring for the bigger rims.
Yeah, that's how they get you. Those upgrades will cost you an arm and a leg every time.
Hey, new car crew, how'd it go this weekend? I got a great deal on mine.
How?
I went to Randy Wise, not those other guys. They got me in a great new ride, and they didn't break my budget. Hey, could you pass me the sugar?
How?
Never mind.
He made the wise choice.
Yep.
Make the wise choice at RandyWiseBuickGMC.com.
Guys, no matter where you are in Metro Detroit, there's a Planet Fitness close by. There are more than 50 in the area and thousands more throughout the world. At Planet Fitness, you can experience a squeaky clean gym with a judgment-free atmosphere. They got tons of cardio equipment, tons of free weights, tons of machines. Anything you want to work on your fitness goals, they got there. You want all the perks? Get the PF Fitness Black Card. You get access to the Hydro Massage Bed, the massage chairs, the tanning salons. If that's your style, don't stay in too long. It's bad for your skin. But they got it if you want it. They have it there. Go to Planet Fitness or planetfitness.com because it's where your fitness is essential.
Essential. What up, dope people? Welcome back to Wake Up Woodward. We appreciate you guys for choosing to kick off today with the Woo Crew. Hey, KG, you remember when Broder got the secret out the bag about the black
I know,
card,
man.
bro?
Just giving out all our damn secrets, man. Keep your mouth shut, man.
Come on, man. We
Come
trusted
on,
you.
dog.
You remember that, JB?
We trusted you, man. Come on.
I
You
can't
do
have
better than this.
I can't have two black cards?
No.
I have to choose?
Yes.
You shall choose.
There's a lot of judgment to that statement. You know?
Well, the black card comes with a lot of judgment, so just like you know that, in case you didn't know.
And a little extra judgment sprinkled on top.
It comes in two tones as well. You can get it light skin or dark skin.
Yeah. Stay away from that light
Honestly,
skin
I prefer
one.
the dark meat. I do prefer the dark meat.
No,
There's more
Broder
flavor.
does.
More, a little bit more.
Broder does prefer the dark meat.
More juicy.
Yeah, a little juicier.
Yeah.
Little juicy.
Yeah.
That good coochie, right?
You done scorched ours.
Broder, you better watch out. You never know.
My name is Lizzie. I'm from Canton.
She could be watching.
Timeout.
Uh-oh.
Was that a Frank Ragnow jersey?
She's pressure.
Is she repping a Frank Ragnow?
Wow.
Lizzie, I'm
Florida.
from
Oh, it's
Canton.
Florida.
87.
Is that 87?
Almost as good.
Yeah.
Although, now my competition's Laporta. He's not married yet, is he?
No, I don't think so.
He's so likable, though.
I don't think so.
He's so likable. He's so. You know who is so
He's the
likable?
football Broder, right?
Maybe. You know who is so likable? Was it yesterday?
Tell me.
Yesterday during our show, Dan Orlovsky, man.
Yeah.
Like, how do you go from running out of the back of the end zone on the joke of a team that is the Detroit Lions to actually I'm a fan of Dan Orlovsky, and I do think he knows ball, and I disagree with this list, but what's he thinking with this?
I don't know.
Dan Orlovsky.
Like throw up that graphic because he ranked his top 5 NFC quarterbacks, and he's got Stafford number 1. Fine, okay. Now what are we doing? Jordan Love at number 2, Brock Purdy number 3, Kirk Cousins at number 4,
That is wild.
and Jared Goff at number 5.
What are we doing?
What are we doing?
Hold on. You know what? I would love to do? We should. I wish I was thinking. We should have had Jared Goff's record against all these quarterbacks, his collective record last year.
Yeah.
That's what we should have done. Because apparently, results don't matter. Winning doesn't matter at all. And Dan Orlovsky, I get you, bro. You are a Matthew Stafford merchant.
Yes.
So it doesn't matter what happens. I will give you that. That's what I'm saying. I expect that every single time. But Jordan Love, when I saw that and then I saw Brock Purdy, and I was like, okay, I can understand if people want to make the argument. I can understand it. Obviously, because of success, the success that they've had, and he just beat Jared Goff. I'm going to stay consistent. When I saw Kirk Cousins, this is when I realized this is a list that is trying to troll the Detroit Lions fans. Look at the quarterbacks. The one that just beat us, the one that was in our backyard at Michigan State, Matthew Stafford, the one that got away, right? And Jordan Love, the one that everybody's looking at as they look past us. And then you put Jared Goff 5th just to make sure he's on the list. When realistically, why is Dak Prescott not even on this list?
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's
hurt.
That's what I'm saying. There's a couple. So to include Jared Goff in this top 5, you're saying he's one of the top 5 best. But look at the 4 you put ahead of him. That is some, you know what, Dano? That is some top tier trolling, bro. That is some top tier trolling.
It's good. He gets to come back to this later in the season if Matthew Stafford's having a good year, if Jordan Love performs well, which he damn well might.
Yeah.
Like, that's not the conversation. Brock, he's setting this up for later in the season, so he can go back to, the list from, what is it, July 31st?
Yeah.
In reference. Hey, I called that one. I've been talking about that.
Do we know what this is based off of?
That's what I was going to ask, too.
What's
Do
the
we
criteria?
need more content on what this is technically based off of? Because I don't want to just sit here and just shit on Dan O just because of this one take that he has right here. But I need to know what you base this whole list off of. Because if we're being real, Goff has more passing yards than every single one of these quarterbacks on this list.
Yep.
And you're
Goff
right. We
beat
don't know the
Stafford in the playoffs.
criteria, and I would love to know that, because if it's what QB are you maybe starting your franchise with right now? There's certainly a case for Jordan Love. He's so young and there's so much potential. He could easily be the best quarterback. I'm like he's got maybe more potential than Matthew Stafford.
Yeah.
And he could be so good. We just don't know yet. We've only seen it for half a season.
And Did I miss something where Kirk Cousins won a playoff game?
Yes.
No, you didn't.
Like, dead ass. Like, it is actually ridiculous that a guy who has been to a Super Bowl, who's been to an NFC Championship game, and Jared Goff is even remotely in the conversation of being below Kirk Cousins, who also didn't even play a full season last year.
Yeah, statistically, Kirk Cousins always in the conversation. Like I think he probably gets too much hate compared to his game. Like, he's not bad. Like, he's not.
But he never lives up fully to the expectation.
Right.
And that's my thing, is that Jared Goff, I don't care if you guys say, oh, well, Kirk Cousins is more talented. Bro, Jared Goff just lives up to the expectation. I can't say that about a lot of these other guys. And people want to talk about the ring that Stafford has, and you can't take that away from him. And I see you, Easy. You said that's a team stat, Kool-Aid. Come on. I get what you're trying to say, but I'm sorry. It's not like they just swapped out Jared Goff for Matthew Stafford and then they won a ring. They went and then they sold their future to put even more around Matthew Stafford. Even more. And squeaked out a Super Bowl win. They didn't even make that type of investment around Jared Goff. The Lions have made half that investment around Jared Goff, and he's done things here in Detroit that Matthew Stafford couldn't do with a Hall of Fame wide receiver, bro. With guys like Nate Robinson and Golden Tate, it's not like we're sitting here wondering what J-Mo will be in DP3 and these guys, DPJ. Like, we don't even know. That's what I'm talking about. And he's gone already, and he's done amazing things with this organization that we didn't even think was possible.
I've never been done before.
That's what I'm talking about. And it's not like he's just doing it with stats that are like paling in comparison. No, he's like leading in stats or top 5 in stats. We got the stats and we have the winning. Yeah. Why can't that just be the sandwich that says, you know what? This guy deserves his due. That's it, period.
Yeah.
I'm tired of it. Let Jordan Love own the division first before people are ready to crown him off of a half a season.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he don't look talented, but what are we really talking about? Now all of a sudden, his performance out there doesn't matter? What are we doing? We're going to take that away from him? And I get it. The majority of the audience is men. As men, we taking somebody else's work from them. We taking somebody else's performance from them. What are we doing? What are we?
Dude, on screen. And I know a quarterback isn't the only one. Winning isn't a quarterback stat, although I factor it into it, but I get you take winning out of it. But what leads to winning? What are some of the most important plays? To me, that's what happens, 2 minutes before the half. It's what happens in the fourth quarter, plus or minus 7 points. So let me just go to those stats just for a second. Goff in the last 2 minutes of the half and last year. And by the way, Jordan Love did have 2 more touchdown passes and 1 less interception, I believe, than Goff. those are the two stats that Jordan Love, was better than Goff last year.
Yeah.
But Goff in the last 2 minutes of the half, 63 of 96, which is a 66% completion percentage, 6 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 1 sack, and a 104.3 rating. Love in the last 2 minutes of the half, where you're relying on your quarterback to, lead you down the field. 49 for 91. That's a 54% completion percentage. 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 6 sacks, and a rating of 65.1. Those are very different. Well, last 2 for you. Goff, fourth quarter stats if the team is winning by 7 or losing by 7. 43 of 59, which is a 69% completion percentage. 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, 2 sacks, and a rating of 114.7. Versus Love in the fourth quarter, plus or minus 7. 44 for 88, a 50% completion percentage. 5 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 5 sacks, and a rating of 66.3. So there's some stats that factor into winning. What you need your quarterback to do, lead an offense, help the team, be a leader. We know from talking to everyone in the Lions locker room that, and in the Rams locker room back then, he is a lead. Is it up now? It's on the screen
it's
right
up
now.
Right now.
I wish I could hear his response.
They're asking him right now, would you change? And he said, no, I wouldn't change anything. And Damien Woody said, bro, that is so weird.
And Easy, I'm sorry.
He stood up. He's upset right now.
You got to come with a stat different than one that ESPN made up. QBR, it's a bunch of made up stats from 10 years ago. Okay, there's one that it fits your narrative. Come on, dude. Come on. And we talk about what are the common ways that people hedge the Goff conversation. He's got his weapons around him, top offensive line, Ben Johnson. And I do
running game.
Pretty sure, Easy, you put Matt LaFleur over Dan Campbell as the best head coach. The OC, the one who calls plays for the Green Bay Packers. So pretty sure. So Jordan Love has that. He had 3 years sitting on the bench behind Aaron Rodgers and learning the offense.
I mean, you could hedge the Jordan Love on his weapons and how run heavy their offense is as well.
Yeah, because we talk about the last 8 games of the season, 6 of them, Aaron Jones was the best running back in the NFL.
Yes, sir.
Oh, really?
Weird. But Jared Goff, he's got Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery, so there's that. And weapons. Now I know. We know Amon-Ra St. Brown's a star now. Yeah. There's no denying he is the most elite weapon between the two teams now. But when we're talking about what Goff did and we're comparing weapons, what he's had to work with, Goff's receiving weapons from last year, in the year we're talking about, Amon-Ra St. Brown, who was a 4th-round pick, Josh Reynolds, a 4th-round pick, J-Mo was a 1st-round pick, Khalif Raymond, undrafted, Sam Laporta, a 2nd-round tight end.
So let's talk about what that ceiling was supposed to be.
Well, let's talk real quick. The Packers on their side, Christian Watson, 2nd-round pick, Jaden Reed, 2nd-round pick, Romeo Doubs, 4th-round pick, Luke Musgrave, 2nd, Tucker Kraft, 2nd. They've drafted more elite weapons according to the rest of the NFL. Jared Goff has helped St. Brown, I should say, get to all-pro level. Sam Laporta, a rookie tight end? Are you kidding me? And I know Josh Reynolds had a tough San Francisco game, but Josh Reynolds was as important to this team, an NFC, a title-contending team, as anyone.
Bro, rookies on the offense.
I don't want to hear
the offense have come here, and they have put up historic performances as rookies. Who is the centerpiece of this? We see other quarterbacks get credit for making their teams better. You know what I mean? But all of a sudden, if the team wins for Jared Goff,
it's the team.
It cannot be credited to him. How do you explain that? I get it. Brad Holmes be cooking. But we had Sam Laporta show out. We had Jahmyr Gibbs come here and show out. We're depending on young players. Penei Sewell is showing out. And I get it. It was expected of him. But when you look at across the board, those wide receivers, you got people ready to run Reynolds out of town.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's who he was depending on. J-Mo, you want to talk about polarizing. People, they want to have hope and optimism. But he hasn't necessarily proven it on the field over a larger sample size. I like what I saw in the NFC Championship game.
Yeah.
We have hopes. We hope for DPJ. And it's really because we know how his heart beats. He's from here. He's our guy. So we're going to always hope for the best. And we know that he's put things out there on film. But what did he do last year? This is Jared Goff's cast right now. Think about that.
Yeah.
And he's been winning.
I just don't get it. KG, where do you stand on that?
And on Easy's very show, they said that the Packers' receiving weapons are better than the Lions' receiving weapons.
So what are we doing?
We can make that argument either way. I always say, if you have a competent organization, of course you're going to surround your quarterback with talent. Of course you're going to give him an offensive line. Of course you're going to give him receiving weapons. Name a Super Bowl team that doesn't really have all of that. So it is what it is. As far as Dano's list, I mean, the fact that you left Dak Prescott off, and as much as I hate Dak Prescott, you got to give him credit, especially in the regular season, to have Kirk Cousins number 4 over Jared Goff and not have Dak on there at all. I can't take that list
off an injury, bro.
I can't.
It can't be taken seriously, and that's exactly what Crayons for Breakfast just put in the chat. $10 super chat, Crayons. I love it. He says Dan and everyone else in the media need to list what qualifiers they use for their abominations of a list. On this list, Goff is easily number 2 and can be argued as number 1. Dan's brain went out of bounds. Then Ed O'Neill, my guy, Ed, $4.99. Hurts supporting cast is arguably better. No one says it's his weapons ever. Laugh out loud. I've always said Hurts is a mobile Goff. Yeah. I mean, you go easy, man. I know you love Jordan Love.
The experience thing. My thing with that is, would you rather draft the high potential guys, take them first or second round because you're expecting those guys to step in and be starters, or would you rather go out there and get a Josh Reynolds? Who thought Josh Reynolds was a Josh Reynolds before he got here with Jared Goff? That's what I'm talking about. Who were any of these guys before Jared Goff, including Amon-Ra St. Brown? The NFL told him exactly what they thought of him.
Who was Jordan Love before week 10 of last year? Or 9?
And that's the thing. I'm not going to take away what he did, but when we're talking about Jared Goff, it's like, I don't know what what grandiose offense they've put around him. These guys, I'm not going to take anything away from what they've done to push their ceiling higher than what any of us thought it could be. Did we really think that it was going to be that? We saw this offense last year between Goff and those receivers be lethal. We ever seen the Lions ice away games by passing for first downs?
Nope.
You don't do that.
Never seen this.
If you have a mid-quarterback, you don't do that.
But that's what I'm talking about. And they said that they give Goff the ability to go out there and make those decisions underneath that type of duress and pressure. And he generally, more times than not, made those right decisions. And when you have a team that minimizes its mistakes to the tune of not even losing back-to-back games, and I know that's a feat that might not be repeated this season, but they did accomplish that. Quarterback is the most important. He's going to get the blame. He's supposed to get the praise, but in this case, for some reason, Goff just continues to be a guy that they want to put the biggest chip on his shoulder. Why do you want to do that? He ripped the hearts out of the Rams last year. You want to do that again? Go on ahead and be my guest. Be my guest. I didn't know what Jared Goff was.
Yeah.
I didn't. I sit here telling you like, yo, that guy is a killer. He looks like Ken, and I'm telling you, if you go for the smile, you're going to be smiling from the jugular, too.
Yes, sir.
That's what he is to me. He's more like the freaking Joker, dog. That's what I see out of Jared Goff right now. People continue to put this chip on the shoulder, make it bigger and bigger and bigger. He just keeps winning and doing things, not with the Rams, not with the Patriots, with Bill Belichick and when they were in their era, not with the Bucks, not with Philly when they're investing, with the Lions. We can't give them that.
No, in fact, we got people who work at this network defending Jordan Love on every single freaking post. Easy, watch Thanksgiving and the Chiefs. How about watch the first game against the Lions?
Exactly.
Like, this is my point. He was 2 different quarterbacks last year.
Mm-hmm.
One is sensational. He has MVP potential. It's just, I don't know why this is like an argument. Jordan Love is sensational. He was so good down the stretch, but he was so bad to start the season.
Mm-hmm.
It's 8 games. Jordan Love or Jared Goff. We'll get called gobblers and slappies, but we'll defend him just like you'll defend Jordan Love, which is so crazy to me.
I'm just waiting for him to fail first. That's all I'm saying.
Wait till he fails.
What up, though, that dude?
We got to move on in a second.
I just got to be straight up about Jordan Love, though. Like, there is a path for him this year.
Of course.
Like, for him to
But who is the
surpass
best quarterback right now, Justin?
It's gotta be
who has
Goff.
shown you he's the best quarterback?
It's got to be Goff.
Yes.
He's been to a Super Bowl. He's won playoff games. Yeah, Jordan Love has one playoff win. Congratulations. You've done it one time. You know who else is a playoff win? Daniel Jones.
Yeah. Dak Prescott.
That ass.
Just do it again, and I'll give him all his flowers.
I swear.
Straight up.
Give me a couple good games, and I'll be the first to put him ahead.
Show me that you're not a product of Matt LaFleur.
Yeah.
Show me that.
Yeah. Just like Jared Goff has shown he's not a product of any one offensive coordinator or QB coach. It's just better now because he has some consistency.
Yeah.
Before we move to the next segment, Dante151 shared a really cool graphic with me about a hypothetical NFL division realignment. This is from Amazon Prime on video. And I just thought, now that we got some of the heat out of there, let's have some fun. And this is kind of a cool way to just reimagine the NFL season.
Have some fun.
This is wild.
Yeah. We're good. We got our shit out. But check this out. NFL divisions reimagined. They put them, geographically in certain areas, and they have the Lions in the Great Lakes East with the Browns, the Steelers, and the Bears. What do you guys think of this? Like to me, and right after I'm defending off, I'm going to go say, these 3 outdoor opponents in division, I don't like that. I am not okay with having to go outdoors 3 times a year guaranteed.
Yeah.
But that would be kind of a tough division.
It would be interesting. That would be tough.
That'd be an offensive line-driven division.
Based on the history of a lot of those teams and the toughness associated with them and where the Lions are right now, you know what? Talk about a black and blue division. The Steelers, man. That's a team that if you're going to, if there's any team that I want the Lions to be able to take anything away from, it's really their toughness, their ability to kind of play through what Mike Martz. It doesn't, Mike Tomlin, it doesn't matter like any era. That team just always plays tough, man.
Yeah. Any other, whether it's the Lions or any other division, something that stands out? Division.
If the Lions were in this division, I think they still win this division. I'm looking at the Bills. That's probably their closest competition is the Bills. Yeah. The Browns, they have a great defense, but nothing offensively besides David Njoku and Nick Chubb. So
I fear the Browns
he's on the field. Do you?
Yeah,
I mean, Nick Chubb gets hurt every year. They never seem to keep a quarterback.
Yeah,
defense is great. Like, I have nothing to say about the defense. But, I mean, if you want to do that, fine. But, I mean, the Bills, they still got Josh Allen and Sean McDermott. I think they still win this division, man. The Steelers, they might be a winning team, but they're not scared. But do y'all disagree? Like, would the Lions win this division?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I think it would be tough. I think the current NFC North is going to be one of the most fun and one of the most difficult divisions over the next few years in football. But there's a different style of play with these 3. And even when you're talking the Steelers and Mike Tomlin, he's in the playoffs every year.
Yeah.
Regardless of what team. If they actually figure out with these new offensive linemen, their draft, one of my favorite drafts this past year, they figured out they could be dangerous. That's a rough and tough Great Lakes East division. JB, any comments you had before we move on?
I agree with you guys. Great Lakes East is definitely the Lions to take. Bills seem to be the closest one there. However, I do think the Big Sky is a little unfair. I don't know why you have these 3 teams and KC just right there. Like, they're going to win every single year.
Just give it to Kansas City.
Yeah, just give it to Kansas City. Like, that's an unfair division right there.
Wild. Man. Yeah. Wild. All right, now let's really dig into these Lions down at training camp. Kool-Aid, we saw them, I believe it's the other shows coming up at the network.
Definitely, as always. We appreciate you guys for kicking off today with the Woo Crew. Hey, easy. You too, brother. We love you, man. Thank you for the support. But after us, every day, 8 to 10, Monday through Friday, I'm hoping you guys stand tapped in with all of Woodward Sports. 11 to 1, you got Big The Energy with Darren McCarty, 4-time Stanley Cup champion winner, alongside his co-host, that is the Golden Voice, Neil Rule. Then you got Ermanni and Edwards with Mass, 2 to 4 p.m. Lovable radio legend Tom Masway alongside NFL legend and former University of Michigan legend and former NFL wide receiver Brandon Edwards and Detroit Media King Ryan Ermanni. After that, Woodward Heavyweights, the big fellas, 5 to 7. You got Speak Easy, I see you in the chats, bro. You got Spinny, their elite booth, Nick, Koloff, and Chris Platty, as well as Caleb and Joel and everybody else who supports them. Shout out to the Heavies, bringing you the biggest interviews, breakdowns, and laughs. Most importantly, though, you guys, thank you for your support and choosing Woodward Sports as your #1 digital sports outlet.
At Planet Fitness, you can get everything you need for just $1 down.
Try out Planet Fitness and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Hey, y'all better get on these free fitness training sessions from Planet Fitness.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home?
Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
Join Planet Fitness today and get everything you need for just $1 down. $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends Thursday, July 18th.
The Ally Challenge presented by McLaren is back August 22nd through 25th at Warwick Hills and Grand Blanc. Be there for PGA Tour Champions Golf, Family Night, concerts, and more. Tickets start at just $15. Get yours at allychallenge.com today.
The most most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Dealing with divorce, child custody, employees quitting, visitation, or other family laws issues, Kevin and Catherine at KDK Law in Birmingham, they'll have your back. They got 10-plus years of experience and 24/7 availability. So scan the QR code on the screen or call 248-971-0476. Tell them Woodward Sports sent you, and KDK will pay your filing fee. That's KDK Law. They've got your back.
Hey, what up, though?
What is happening?
Bro, the chat is crazy.
What happened?
It's a lot. I'm gonna save one special one for like second or third in this. But shout out to Just the Fan. He said Kool-Aid golf would have to cure cancer to be considered great. Vincent, woo! And he put 1, 2, 3, 4 fire emojis. Thank you for the support, everybody. Let me see number 3. Oh, Mike G, the heavyweights. The heavyweights started a GoFundMe for golf's airline ticket out of the D. When I first started listening to them. Easy! Come on!
They did. And I believe I remember Brian Branch being the MVP before he ever played a snap, by the way. The lion to have the best chance of winning the MVP more than Goff. Like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. But it's a new season. Goff is still there, and he's getting better down at Goff in year 9.
In the middle of my prime.
He's getting better because of this defense and this defensive line. Specifically with guys stepping up, like Levi Onwuzurike. Marcus Davenport is starting to come into his zone. We got Broderick Martin. DJ Reader isn't even out there yet. Mm-hmm. And this defensive line, per Dan Campbell, per Easy, per everyone down watching camp, this defensive line is showing out. And Levi what an interesting figure, character, player, situation.
Yeah.
So much talent, so much athleticism through the roof. He's just dealt with some serious injuries, back injuries, that just affect that explosion, that ability to get better. But he seems to be healthy, and he seems to be showing out. And I don't know if they knew it was going to be like this, but with the pairing of Marcus Davenport and his question marks, but high upside, Levi O and his high upside, this is probably why they didn't go add that other edge rusher opposite Hutch.
Yeah.
Opposite Hutch. Let's, if you could play that video, JB, of Dan Campbell talking about Levi O, he's noticing Levi O out there, and he made a comment about him being one of the best defenders he sees out on the field. Check this out.
Well, I would tell you this started in the spring. You know, we kind of mentioned him. He's earned it. I mean, it's clear that he's one of the best. I mean, it's just clear. And he plays with violence. He's stout. He's fundamentally better than he's ever been. And he's shown that he has some versatility between the big end and base and 3 technique. He can play some big end and sub, and nickel. And he's just earned it. I mean, and so he continues to go. He feels good. And so he's in a good place.
He's earned it. Like, this is the story of Lions players. One of the best out there. He's earned it. The talent, we know it's there. Now it's, all right, we got to see you on the field. And when you talk about this defense, whether they play a lot of 4-3, maybe some nickel, maybe they move to some dime with, you got Ennis Rakestraw, Emmanuel Mosley, Amik Robertson all competing. Like, there's an opportunity where we see 6 DBs out there, and you're going to need some pass rush there alongside Reader, Aleem. Maybe they play some 5-2, and you got DJ Reader in the middle, Aleem and Levi O next to Reader, and then on the outside, Hutch and Davenport.
It's nasty.
Like, what do you do? We need them to be healthy. We're not even factoring Broderick. Unfortunately, Kaminsky's out indefinitely. What was it? Natane Mutai. He's out for likely the season with the shoulder injury. But guys, what could Levi? What kind of difference could a player like this make for this entire defense?
You know what stands out to me is just the fact that they have so much more depth, so much more reliability this year that you don't want to see a guy like a Kaminsky go down. And he was going to play a decent role for this team, but it's not earth-shattering. Last year, it seemed like this team was literally one injury away from the defensive line needing some serious help. And that was with us already believing that they needed to make a move to bolster the defensive line last year, even after they tried a couple different options and ultimately with Bruce Irvin being the most popular after he made that impactful hit against Carr. But you know what? I think it represents what this team can be as it relates to depth. When we're not talking about injuries, then you're talking about keeping your players even more fresh. That's what I'm focusing on and keying in on right now. When you're talking about longevity, I think that also goes to keep your players in a position to be more healthy, keep your players in a position to be more fresh, and keep your players in a position where they are getting reps as well. And I believe this team is set up to be able to do that and have some pretty solid rotations.
It is, and it's a massive bonus if you get a healthy Marcus Davenport for an entire season. Not just because he's a mammoth of a human. He's strong, he's powerful, and he's quick off the line. When he plays, he sacks the quarterback. But he's also now realized, like, he's not a young cat anymore. He's not old, but he's not young. And having gone through this adversity, he knows what he needs to do to get his next contract. He also knows what he needs to do to get to a Super Bowl. And you see him in this next video we're going to show, courtesy of Detroit Podcast, our guy Doc from All Lions over at SI. He talked about just the entire defensive unit and just everybody making everybody better. Listen to this. Again, courtesy of Doc Macaroon at Detroit Podcast on X, SI's All Lions publication.
You know, people on the outside talk about who's going to play well and get the sacks opposite of Aiden Hutchinson. Do you feel like that can be answered with you on this roster?
I mean, honestly, there's a lot of guys, like I just said earlier, that, you know, can definitely get the sacks and work off of his production and then just, you know, be a catalyst. So
do you think people should just calm down then, realizing this defensive line can get the job done?
Yeah, exactly.
That type of confidence. Yeah.
Simple, to the point.
Yeah.
But we got dudes.
You know, he had that same kind of ride confidence that Jared Goff had when he was in that podcast, and he said, you know, I'm going to be here for a while before the contract. And we all knew, oh, this guy's locked in.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like. This team looks locked in. The coaches are happy. I don't go through, when we go through training camps, we've heard when the coaches have been upset or want to be able to see something different out of their team, but we're not hearing that out of these guys. We're hearing that they're locked in. We're hearing the reports from the people that are down at training camp like, yo, they look pretty good.
They look disruptive.
Yeah. I like it.
KG, when I play or
fired up.
When I give you some of those like hypothetical defenses with these athletes, whether it's 4 or 5 out there on defense, and then whatever they decide to do at nickel, and cornerback, and we talked a lot yesterday about Enos Rakestraw and the physicality he plays with in the nickels. Is this defense? Is it set up to defend quarterbacks like Jordan Love, like Caleb Williams, the types of quarterbacks that the Lions have historically struggled in because of all this athleticism and pressure they can get, not just up the middle, but from the edges and from the outside?
No, I believe so. When you look at everybody that they've acquired on this defense, especially this past offseason, one thing that stands out immediately is versatility. And I know we always say that jokingly, versatility. You know, but it's the truth. That is something that this regime really values, man. They like being able to have you master in one area, but also being able to use you in another, man. And I think that bodes well, especially defensively, because we need people that can get to the quarterback. That has always been the issue. But if you can take a Levi Onwuzurike out of the middle and maybe play him on the edge a little bit, I think that goes a long way. When you can take Aiden and put him in the middle, that goes a long way. There's things that they can do to help supplement some of the things that they've been deficient in. So I just really hope that it looks good on the field, because like Flannel Sam would always say, no training camp victory laps. We need to see it on the field. But I think that they've done a good job, at least of player acquisition, and trying to make sure that they have the pieces in place to be able to mix it up, to be able to do different things defensively, especially on the line and in the secondary. We're going to see it a whole lot this year.
Because you know what we did see on the field last year? We were all calling for AG to make some schematic changes when it was clear. Even the organization was stating, yeah, we're going to have to bring in some more talent. And when he did make that schematic change, I saw so much versatility in terms of hiding their plays. You didn't know if it was going to be a blitz. You didn't know if there was a blitz, where it was going to, which layer of the defense it was going to be coming from.
Yeah.
And now you're giving him talent, not the backups that probably were overextended in their role.
Exactly.
Now you're giving him talent, and not just talent, depth, the backups. the rotation.
Mm-hmm.
Think about what AG is going to be able to do. Like, when you talk about no excuses, I'm not one of those guys that's like, all right, time to prove something, AG. I believe this is a year where AG's actually going to prove something. Based on what I saw last year, you give him the talent, how does it look now?
And you talked about versatility. Levi O's a perfect example because they've had him a little bit on the inside, on the outside. Like, they're trying to find which is his best role, but they're probably going to use him in both. And then we heard Dan Campbell yesterday talk about Matthew Betts, and we're going to throw James Houston into this conversation too. They initially were throwing a lot at him at the Sam linebacker position. They decided, let's pull it back a little bit. Let's make sure he can master the edge rushing first. It just seemed a little early to throw that all in. So they want their guys to be versatile, but they're not afraid to pull back if needed, especially with young developmental guys. I'm not saying that is Levi O, but I'm saying exactly what you were pointing out. They value that versatility and guys that can help in all different schemes, all different strategies, even Hutch dropping back into coverage and intercepting the ball.
Mm-hmm.
It's wild. Justin, I know you had something to say about the defensive line.
I definitely do. And it's the improvement is going to be seen, especially when what is something that has killed the Lions over the last 3 years consistently.
Mobile quarterbacks?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Exactly. Mobile quarterbacks. The run stuffing ability of DJ Reader to not be pushed around in the middle. The edge rushing, hopefully improving between Marcus Davenport and Houston should all make it so that is less of a weakness for the Lions. Also, that guy on that back wall.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes,
Terrion
sir.
Arnold.
Let's show that.
They are both gifted tacklers. Carlton Davis,
That's so
another
clean.
good tackler. This secondary now has good tacklers where quarterbacks get on the outside. They're not just going to be running by our DBs because we can't tackle. They're going to be scrapped. They're going to be hit. They're going to be met by the dogs that we have on the outside. And that, to me, is going to make such a big difference in games. Like when we play Kyler Murray in Arizona, or we even play Brock Purdy and Jordan Love when they show a little bit of their mobility. I think that it's just going to be such a big key for us to be able to tackle at a much higher clip than we were last year.
Yes. Let's continue this conversation outside of the break because I got to tell you guys something. This might be a bold claim. Actually, I think it's a bold claim.
Okay.
I want to tell you why I know Aiden Hutchinson is going to be a Hall of Famer. And I'm going to tell you that when we come back from break. Kool-Aid, tell me about this insurance.
Hold on,
Lady
say that
James.
one more time real quick.
Aiden Hutchinson will be a Hall of Famer because of what I'm going to tell you
Woo!
when we come
That
back.
sounds
from break.
awesome. Stick around. Let me tell you about something else that's awesome as well. That's Lady James Haircuts for Men, where a guy can walk in anytime and feel like a guy and get that amazing haircut. Stop in, sit back, relax. Let one of Lady James' talented hairstylists make you look and feel great. Listen, it's open 7 days a week. Lady James, this wicked awesome.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
You smell that? That's Brad Holmes cooking. And the off-season smells good. Woodward Sports.
At Planet Fitness, you can get everything you need for just $1 down.
Try out Planet Fitness and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Hey, y'all better get on these free fitness training sessions from Planet Fitness.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home?
Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
Join Planet Fitness today and get everything you need for just $1 down. $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends Thursday, July 18th.
The Ally Challenge presented by McLaren is back August 22nd through 25th at Warwick Hills and Grand Blanc. Be there for PGA Tour Champions Golf, Family Night, concerts, and more. Tickets start at just $15. Get yours at allychallenge.com today.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
Let Guardian Alarm offer you customized solutions from real experts. Our professional technicians, they take the time to recommend security and automation solutions that are specific to your needs. 24/7 professional monitoring, so you can call us anytime, day or night, and know that a Guardian team member will stay on the phone with you as long as needed because it is technology that's been backed by people. In your safety and security, It deserves technology. It's been proven to work, and people have been proven to care. All you got to do is call this number right here, 1-800-STAY-OUT. Once again, that number is 1-800-STAY-OUT. There you go.
Nah, yeah, put some bass in it. What's wrong with you?
Justin, come on, man.
Yeah. Put some bass in your voice.
Justin's face, he's looking up like, wait, what? What did I do? What up, though, people? Welcome back. It's Wake Up Woodward. Appreciate you guys for checking in with the crew. Hey, it's your boy Brandon, the a.k.a. Detroit Kool-Aid, your credential Pistons reporter and writer. That's Matthew Broder, your credential Tigers and Lions reporter and writer. And got that dude Justin in the building. Chase Amley. You guys already know I'm part of the chat family. Hey, bars. We got Woodward Sports' #1 draft pick in the sound booth. That is KG. What up, what up, what up?
What up, though?
And we got Woodward Sports' MVP in the TD booth. That is JB Smooth. What's the hat say?
Assholes live forever. Come on now. Come on, you know this.
Oh, man. But we are back, and you teased something. You teased. You said that Aiden Hutchinson, he will be a Hall of Famer, and you had the reason why.
Keep an eye on that right there. Keep an eye on that.
He
Dan Orlovsky, Lions more than 10.5 wins. Packers less than 9.5 wins. Tell me how that makes sense.
Yeah, okay, wow. All right.
Okay.
Because
Jordan. Yeah. All right, Aiden Hutchinson. He's going to be a Hall of Famer one day. Aiden Hutchinson will find himself in the Hall of Fame. A gold jacket, defensive player, up there with the best of them. Forever. Eternally. Because of not one specific reason, but this is why I believe it's going to happen. I'm confident it's going to happen. It has to do with this video you're about to see.
Yeah, it's great. We really do go back and forth every day. I get him a couple times. He may get me a couple times the next day. It's a lot of fun, and to get that good of work against that good of a player, it's only going to help me in season. It's only going to help me against a lot of these other O-lines that we're playing against. And we've been going against each other for about 3 years now, so it's always fun, man. And I respect him a lot, and we have a lot of fun out there. We're just trying to get better every day.
Sometimes I feel like you hear that type of stuff and it's just talk, but it's Penei Sewell and it's Aiden Hutchinson, and all they do is work.
He gets to go up against Penei Sewell for the rest of his career.
Yeah.
Every day in practice. Yeah. That's why he's going to be a Hall of Famer. He's got the talent, the work ethic, everything about him. You could probably say that without Penei Sewell.
Yeah.
Like, he'll find a way to go down as one of the better ones, maybe ever, but it'd be hard to make that claim and going into year 3. But he's going up against Penei Sewell, who just inked an extension with the Lions. He's not going anywhere. Hutch is next. Maybe Aleem is actually next, but Hutch is getting paid this offseason. We all know it. They're going to extend him. He's going to be a Lion, hopefully for life. You pair Penei and Hutch together, shoot, you could do the reverse. Penei gets to go against Hutch every day. They're both headed for greatness. They're already great. They're so young and they're already great. I'm so confident that Aiden Hutchinson develops into one of the best players in the NFL. Maybe he's in the DPOY conversation this year. If not this year, he's going to be in it consistently for the rest of his career. Guys, am I crazy?
No.
Like, what do you guys think about Aiden Hutchinson on this defensive line and his career moving forward, being able to go up against Penei Sewell every single day in practice?
When we talk about that iron sharpening iron, that's why I love that they just step out and they talk about it. We already know what's happening. But for them to be able to say, you know what, this individual here is helping me become better. This individual is helping me become great. That's why I don't have no worries about this team. The self-accountability and responsibility these guys have, whatever Brad Holmes and co. identified in these types of players, we're seeing it play out right before our eyes. So we know that the coach is going to bring it. We also understand how much the players care to be great. Aiden Hutchinson's not going to stop being great. We already know what Penei Sewell is. We already know what he is. But Aiden Hutchinson's not going to stop that pursuit of trying to be great.
Yeah. And he gets to go up against the best offensive lineman in the NFL every day.
Like, just on a surface level, like if we keep saying that Penei is a gold jacket already in year 3 or 4 of his career, then him working with Aiden is just the natural progression, man. But when you just look at what they value, of course, versatility is one, but another thing that they value, the Lions as a team, is competition. They want competition at the highest levels, man.
Everywhere.
And when you breed competition, that also brings the best out of both competitors. In terms of what you talk about with Panay and what you talk about with Aiden, we've seen linear progression from him every single year. He just continues to get better and better and better. Now, he still has some things he needs to clean up in order to get to that elite step, but he's already damn near
That's
there.
Scary.
So, yeah, man, working with somebody like Panay every day, that's only a benefit.
That's scary. And when you're hearing about the defense and the defensive line being disruptive and being the one that everybody sees, including head coach Dan Campbell, going against the top offensive line in the league. And I know it's not always the starters out there in camp, but this is what it's all about. Listen to what Dan Campbell said about what he's feeling about this defense.
Man, I can feel the defense. I feel our front. You know, you can feel the front is being disruptive. And, man, we have violent separation. The backers are playing off of them downhill fast, all of them. And then our DBs are challenging, you know, and they're running well, pretty good athletes. And so we're in a good place. And so, man, I just feel like we're challenging each other the right way. That's what you want, right? And you want this back and forth.
That's what you want. You want them challenging each other every single day.
Yep.
You were talking about competition. We've spent time talking about Amik Robertson and Mosley and Enos Rakestraw, Carlton Davis and Terrion Arnold. Terrion Arnold and Carlton Davis on JMO. Like, it goes in every direction. That's why it's so exciting that they have such a balanced, deep roster, why they're one of the best rosters in the NFL. It's for reasons like this, too. Not just what we're going to see on Sundays when you only see half the units. The defense is out at one time. Special teams is out at one time.
Yeah.
Offenses, they're going against each other and they're making each other better. That excites me so much. And while I couldn't use this reason as the defining reason why Aiden Hutchinson will be in the Hall of Fame one day, it's going to help him this year, and that's Terrell Williams. We've touched on him before, but we got to bring him up again because the reviews he's getting out of camp from all the players, including Frank Ragnow and the offensive linemen, talking about the difference he makes, talking about how they can use him as a secondary offensive line coach, helping them with perspectives from the defensive line. What are defensive linemen? How are they going to approach you, Frank, or you, Graham, if you're on the left or the right side? What is a mind like that thinking? Of course, she's had other defensive line coaches in the past, but the experience he has over a guy like John Scott Jr., who I think will be a great defensive line coach in the NFL one day. It was his first year last year. There's not the same level of that experience, of that feel for what an entire defense and specific types of defensive linemen, how they're going to attack that offensive line. When you're talking about having that on an already projected number one offensive line, they're going to get better. The number one offensive line is going to get better. The defense is dominating training. Maybe dominating is too big of a word. They're disrupting training camp. The
They're
defensive
exactly
line.
what you want to see in training camp from this defensive line at this point in time.
Yes, and that is helping the offensive line. It's also helping Jared Goff deal with pressure. We know when he gets pressure up the middle, that's my one concern with Jared Goff, which is why I love that they've reinforced their interior with Frank, re-signed Graham, signed Kevin Zeitler.
Yeah.
Good. I don't see any of the other three NFC North teams truly address not only their interior offensive line, but their interior defensive line.
Yes, sir.
To get pressure on Goff up the middle. They're not going to get it on Taylor Decker and Penei Sewell. It's up the middle where you got to get it on Goff to force him to use his legs that I'll admit are not good.
Well, let me ask you a question real quick, though, because I know everybody's seen the footage of him working on his mobility. I don't know if this is – I'm sure this is something they do every year. Yeah. But how do you feel about it? Like, how did it make you feel? Because people said he looked about as mobile as we would need him to be this year in that clip.
His mobility isn't scrambling out of the pocket or even very often like design plays out of the pocket, play action, play action rollouts to one side or the other. But his pocket mobility and pocket awareness, it's one of the most underrated aspects of Jared Goff's game. He feels pressure and he can step up in the pocket. He's not afraid to take a hit. We saw it multiple times in the Saints game, hitting Sam Laporta on two big fourth downs.
He stands in there, man.
There was one he got crushed on I think it was a 3rd and long, not a screen pass, but he saw David Montgomery sneaking out the side. He got crushed. David Montgomery dropped it. And then all the other plays, the one that was in my mind, the Dallas Cowboys game, stepping up, Micah Parsons in your grill, delivering the ball 65 yards to Jamison Williams. I know we hear he only throws ducks. He can't throw the deep ball, but he stood in the pocket. He felt the pressure, and Jared Goff, is tough enough to see one of the best defensive players in the world coming at him, steps up, takes the hit, and delivers one of the biggest throws of that game.
Yeah, and let's be real here. Jared Goff is not mobile.
He's not.
We don't need him to be. We don't need him to be Lamar Jackson, but this is more so in terms of
opportunistic.
Exactly. When plays break down, extending plays, extending drives, on play action rollouts. That's where
situational.
Exactly. Yep. That's where you want to see him improve as maybe a runner, maybe in the pocket and a little bit outside of the pocket.
Yeah, Edge said it. He said, yo, I saw Jared getting mobile in some training camp videos. Jared Wills, baby. Jared Wills, baby.
Yeah, Chris Parmalee brings up a good point. Tom Brady. I'll flip it for you. Tom Brady had wheels too, didn't he? The greatest of all time.
He wasn't a mobile quarterback, but there were times where you knew Tom Brady, situationally, to KG's point, was able to break a run, and you were like, dog, Tom Brady?
He's smart, just when he needs to.
Yeah.
Jared Goff had 2 rushes. When he needs to, he'll go and get an extra yard or two. We don't want that to happen.
But Xavier D said Goff's toughness is way underrated, and this is where this is the antithesis to mobile golf.
Where's the stat?
How injured has Goff been?
Never.
That's the thing, though. So it's like, do you want your starting quarterback in there to give you the best of his arm? He's going to stand in there since he's not as mobile. He's going to stand in there to the last second and take some hits, but he's going to deliver. So it's like, you know what? Yeah, I want to see him take a step forward with the situational running, like KG was saying. But hey, listen, he has some pluses that I believe are way underrated.
You want your quarterback to be able to make the right decisions, make quick reads, get your guys in the right formations. Like, I don't get why that keeps going underlooked. Yeah. Like the quarterback is the hardest position in all of sports.
Mm-hmm.
It's the hardest thing to do to hit a baseball.
Yes, it's just
but the hardest position is a quarterback.
Ben Johnson ain't going out there throwing them passes.
No, Ben Johnson's got all the mind in the world. He was a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't make it. He's smarter than everybody. But you need the person who can both digest it all, coach it to the team, like coach it to the players. Jared Goff has to coach the offense too. We get reports. Maybe actually Easy can confirm. Ben Johnson compared to Aaron Glenn at practice in camp. You got fiery Aaron Glenn. It's awesome, too.
Yeah.
Fiery Aaron Glenn, when things happen, after every play, he's up in guys' faces, either getting fiery or just helping them every single play. He's talking to someone one-on-one about improving this or improving that. Ben Johnson stays back. He stays back. He calls the plays. He lets Jared Goff run that part of practice. And then when people screw up, Ben Johnson will raise his voice and he'll say, get it together.
Yeah.
But it's a completely different style. Version. You need the quarterback to understand it all. And we talk about how smart Ben Johnson is. He's we'll call him a genius.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean his offense is easy. Like not everybody can do that.
Exactly.
Not everybody
Especially
can
with
do it.
these players that you expect to understand different, and to be versatile with their routes and their positions out there.
Yeah.
We know that you could be in as a wide receiver, JMO, but we could call a play that now all of a sudden has you lined up in the backfield or ready to take a reverse handoff.
Yeah.
It's like, and you have to be prepared for where your blockers are, or if we do call a run play. Think about what Jamison Williams has to be ready for every single play. Whether he's blocking for a running back, whether he's blocking for one of his wide receivers, whether he's catching it, whether he's going long, whether he's going to cross the middle, whether he's getting a handoff. Because when you have those guys you can trust to be that versatile, how much better does that make Ben Johnson? Because Ben Johnson can be a mad scientist, but if the players can't execute, then what does that do?
Right.
Now all of a sudden you got these players that can really kind of do multiple things and can fill multiple roles. It gives Ben Johnson everything. Now you can open up that playbook a little bit more. And why? Because your quarterback has such a high IQ. It hurt my soul when they were talking about underneath Lombardi, they had to take away the play calling duties from Stafford and put them more scripted. Like, that to me hurt. But with Jared Goff, you're hearing, no, we trust Jared Goff to go out there, especially under pressure, and to make the right decision, make the right play, and put the pass on the money. He did that, including against the 49ers.
Yeah. Each time. His receivers will say it. Amon-Ra will say it over and over again. The fact that they have Goff, they keep him safe over the middle. His accuracy, we know he's very accurate, but it's also his ball placement. Putting the ball in the right spot for Amon-Ra St. Brown to be able to get the yards after catch. There's another excuse people hold against Goff. All the yards are yards after catch. Yeah. Yes, that's part of it. part of every quarterback. You got to get into the right spot so Amon-Ra St. Brown can get those extra yards or get that one extra yard because you threw it down and in with the DB coming up on Amon-Ra St. Brown so he can sneak forward for one extra yard for a first down.
But
that was a difference in so many games.
Though? But do people, because
it doesn't fit their narrative.
Because you hear people say, well, Goff's yards went up because the yak, because Amon-Ra took that this or this, or because because J-Mo made a move at the line and then ran. It's like, but do you understand what the quarterback has to do in terms of timing, in terms of location and ball placement, to be able to give this guy that? Because for as much as I love Stafford, and you knew that Stafford could get all his yards through the air on his arm, what was one thing that we knew was associated with all of our wide receivers? They were getting smashed, bro. They were getting crushed and beat up.
They couldn't get open.
That's what I'm saying. But now you got a Jared Goff who, I don't know if people are really comprehending this.
They aren't.
His wide receivers are being thrown open. His wide receivers are being hit in space. And when they are covered, it's not like they're in position to where you see them getting decked every single time they catch the ball. Every time I saw Calvin Johnson have to take one of those routes across the middle, he was getting decked. Amon-Ra, he may take a hit here or there, but it's not that. It's not that anymore. And I do believe that the quarterback has a big role to play with
100%.
being able to throw your quarterbacks open or into a safer place.
Yeah, there's a reason we haven't seen an all-pro rookie tight end.
Yeah.
It's partly because of Sam Laporta, yes. It's also because of the quarterback. JB.
No, I just wanted to bring this up. KG, shout out to Just a Fan for this one. He said you are wrong. He said Jared Goff went out and got a double bionic leg enhancement this offseason, so he will be running up to 40 miles per hour just like the $1 Million Man. I just wanted you to know that, man.
Let's go.
Hell yeah, I'm down with that.
You buying in, KG?
Oh, yeah,
You buying
definitely.
in. I'm buying in.
Let's go. Let's get to break early. We'll come back with what's trending. We're going to have to push Pistons tomorrow, but I know we're a little backed up on reads, so.
Wait, we have Pistons on?
Well, I put a little segment there at the end. But
Okay. I was a total liar.
Wait, we got Pistons on?
Hey, we'll do it. But
I didn't even put it on the back wall.
JB, do we have 2 to do right now?
Yeah, we can do 2. So let's do Swiss, and then I'll tell you about Soroki's.
Okay, perfect. Do Swiss, and then Justin will tell you about Soroki's.
Bro, look, man, I'm fired up right now, dog. The Lions, look at that. Can we just look at this race straw one more time?
Oh, yeah.
Because you don't talk about a guy that we thought was just, a high potential guy. No, you talking about a little bit more than insurance on defense.
Could be a steal of the
This
draft.
guy is a steal of a draft. I'm telling you, listen. Swiss Insurance, they're still of an insurance company. Now more than ever, it is critical for you to have your insurance reviewed. Swiss Insurance will make sure your carrier is not slipping in any extra fees.
No diddy.
Or raising your deductibles. Call Mark at Swiss Insurance today, 313-530-1698. Again,
Gucci
that number,
mama.
313-530-1698. Or visit them online, SwissINS.com, and let them know that Woodward Sports sent you.
Known for quality. All right, what?
You were muted.
Oh, I was muted. Oh, my bad. All right. I didn't know you was
coming back
Soroki's
in
Crispy
like that.
Chicken and Pizza. Let me tell you about my personal experience. I go up to one in Birmingham. Shout out to my boy Glenn. He always hooks it up. Make sure my food's hot. Make sure it's fresh. Always throws in it like a soft drink or something. Hooks it up. I appreciate him so much. So make sure you go visit Glenn in the Birmingham location or any of the locations around Michigan. They just had a grand opening in Madison Heights, doubling the number of restaurants in the last year. Be sure to stop in and try a mega station near you or go to www.sorokis.com and eat that chicken, baby.
What he said.
Yes, sir.
So just to get the heated steering wheel, I also had the spring for the bigger rims.
Yeah, that's how they get you. Those upgrades will cost you an arm and a leg every time.
Hey, new car crew, how'd it go this weekend? I got a great deal on mine.
How?
I went to Randy Wise, not those other guys. They got me in a great new ride, and they didn't break my budget. Hey, could you pass me the sugar?
How?
Never mind.
He made the wise choice.
Yep.
Make the wise choice at RandyWiseBuickGMC.com.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit Sports.
At Planet Fitness, you can get everything you need for just $1 down.
Trying out Planet Fitness and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Hey, y'all better get on these free fitness training sessions from Planet Fitness.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home?
Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
Join Planet Fitness today and get everything you need for just $1 down. $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends Thursday, July 18th.
Did somebody say merge? Merge. Look, do yourself a favor. Head over to woodwardsports.com. Click on that shop tab. We are dropping new designs every single week. But I got to tell you about these ones we got up here on screen. We kind of do need a Coochie merch shirt. I feel like somebody's got to get on that. But we got the Stoked Not Scared shirts that I hope you're rocking down at Allen Park right now as the Lions are practicing as well. And as soon as that season starts, you know you got to grab one of those Boo Them Kids shirts that are out right now as well, too. And I know the Tigers didn't do what you wanted to do at this trade deadline, but you still got to go out there and support them as well. Get one of those Woodward Tigers shirts as well. WoodwardSports.com, click on that shop tab, get swagged out.
Let me tell you about Mark White Real Estate, because if you're dreaming of a new home but feeling the financial pinch, Mark White & Associates, they are your trusted real estate experts, and they're here to help. Mark White and his team will pay up to $5,000 of your closing costs. That's right, I said $5,000. Just call Mark White and Associates today at 248-290-8242 or visit them at markwhitesells.com.
And let me tell you about Randy Wise Automotive and their golf course that they are sponsoring. How would you like to play their golf tournament that they're sponsoring? How would you like to play the University of Michigan golf course with Braden Edwards? It's the Randy Wise Celebrity Golf Tour. Register today and you could round off our foursome.
Is it Coochie involved?
Oh my God.
You can round off our Coochie at woodwardsports.com or scan the code on the screen. When it comes to your next car, Chuck, make the wise decision. Randy Wise Automotive.
Coochie gang.
Dude, Dante151. This is awesome.
Hey.
Dante151, $9.99 super chat from Brad Galley of WXYZ.
Shout out.
Golden Tate is joining the Lions preseason TV broadcast team. The former wide receiver will work with play-by-play voice Jason Ross and reporter Danny Rogers. Hell yeah. I love Jason Ross, by the way.
A round of applause.
Jason Ross is an up-and-coming play-by-play guy. I really love him. I think he went to Eastern. Don't hold me to that, but he's local. I really like him. Danny Rogers is fantastic.
Yep.
But Golden Tate joining that broadcast, that's fun.
That's dope.
I like that. And it's cool to see guys like him and even Glover Quinn stay tapped in with the Lions. Like, it's not like he's just coming from out of left field. If you follow him online, you know this guy still is a big supporter of Detroit and the Detroit Lions. So it's cool to see Glover Quinn as well. I know he does the podcast with like Believe in Lions and whatnot. These guys are tapped in. And it's cool because last year, we were just talking about doing a break. Last year, doing like the tailgate stuff, it was really, really awesome to see guys like that there as well. Eastern Market supporting the Lions.
Yeah.
It's cool to see it.
Big fact. Shout out Brad Galley, too, man. He's awesome at what he does. A former contemporary of mine. Shout out Brad, man.
He got to be a little nicer to us then, man.
He's a card
He got to be a little
for
nicer.
real?
Wait, look, man.
We'll
talk about some Let's go.
And now it's time for the most electrifying segment on the internet. It's What's Trending with JB. Live on Wake Up Woodward.
Ladies and gentlemen, JB Smooth.
Let's rock.
Hey, what's up, fellas?
What up, though?
What's going on? Hey, look, I'm pretty tapped in at the gym. I know the majority of these exercises, but I don't know this exercise. So you guys are going to have to help me out with this one because I just don't know what's happening.
No, we got more hip thrust than what's going on. Oh.
Wait, what?
Oh, okay.
Okay,
All right, my dog.
Semi-genius,
with the
but
ball
let's put
spot.
that aside. What the hell is going on?
My man with the ball spot getting it in.
I really want to see how did he get him on his feet? Or like, did he have someone help him?
Oh yeah, like
Or is he upside down, like trying to reach his leg over? That's good for this dude.
Wait, who helped this man?
There's a guy helping him? No way.
Who helped this man?
That's what I'm saying. I doubt there's a dude helping him.
That's some freaky shit.
So
going
I'm
on.
Is she sitting here waiting for it too?
No, she's laughing.
Oh, to see her turn her head?
Yeah. Oh my
Just
God.
got his junk just all in the gym.
That looks like Powerhouse Gym across the street.
Jesus, man. You don't see this at Planet Fitness, man.
Yeah, you don't get this freakiness at Planet Fitness, man. What is
That's
this?
because Planet Fitness is a judgment-free zone.
Why he look like my man off The Office? Fuck.
Without seeing his face, whatever that guy's name is.
Kevin.
Is that Kevin?
Kevin?
The big dude with the bald head? Or the what are those monks? Are they the monks that have this? You know, yeah. In Home Alone, Lost in New York, when Joe Pesci,
he know where the Kikuchi is. I tell you that.
He worked it. He stand in shape.
I promise you, he know where the
that
Kikuchi
man is.
is.
All look, bro. He only does leg day.
Yeah. Is this a leg day?
I don't even know if this is
leg
day. I couldn't even tell you if this is leg day.
Thrust game strong.
The thrust game is strong in that one. And you know what? Shout out to our boy Chase Amley that's sitting over here as well, too. He's putting in work the first day on the job.
Yes, sir.
Sent me this video as well. Have you guys ever heard of a redneck alarm clock?
I haven't.
What?
I like this, though.
God.
Well, you will now.
Is that a firework?
For it.
Oh! What? Did you hear him?
Why'd she do that?
That was a genuine reaction.
These are.
Talk about a bottle rocket. Oh my gosh.
That shattered the bottle, didn't it?
Wow.
Yes.
That could have gone so much worse.
Yeah, that
That's
could go
about, yo,
extremely worse.
check your pieces, bro. Check your pieces.
All 11, all 13 of them. All 10 fingers and the 3 right in your little midsection.
Check it all, bro. Check it all.
I would be so pissed if I woke up and my friends did that.
No, for real. This is why I can't do pranks, bro. We gonna be fighting for real.
Dog, he is hurting too.
Where's this clip from?
This clip is actually from Barstool Sports. Shout out to them as well.
Wow.
For this, but that's wild. That's your redneck alarm clock.
Time to go to work.
I guess it is time to go to work. But man, you know what? You shouldn't do all this, flexing at the gym because you never know what bad things could go wrong as well too.
Wait. Oh shit.
Why?
God.
See, you shouldn't be doing all this flexing.
Right.
Why?
Man.
Oh.
Listen, y'all. Sometimes the content ain't worth it, bro. Y'all gotta stop.
Yeah, you gotta
You
stop.
could have been paralyzed or some shit from that. Like, you gotta stop.
Bro, listen.
They have
What's
someone
the
recording
purpose of that?
They have someone.
Yeah, because it's moving.
Floor level recording that.
What is the purpose of that?
Just work out, people.
Yes.
Look at the way he gets laid out, though. Look.
Have you
Laid
ever heard,
out.
you
I'm
ever
done.
hear how Herschel Walker worked out growing up?
No.
He didn't have access to any gym or whatever, so he would do thousands of push-ups and sit-ups every day. And maybe he would find a wall to do pull-ups and whatnot. But no weights, nothing. The dude was one of the best athletes, the most shredded humans of all time. Come on, guys, just work out.
And did he only get hit by the bar? Because if so, does he know how lucky he is that he didn't get hit by the actual weight?
Yeah, I think it was just the bar. Like, if you see right here.
Like, that could have went so many different ways. Y'all gotta stop it for the content, man. It's not worth it.
That wouldn't keep Frank Ragnow out of playing. Know that for sure.
No, he would have caught that with one hand.
Yeah.
Shots at strong MF's doing too much.
See, I'm telling you out here, you strong up.
That's when keeping it real goes wrong.
Extremely, yeah. Right. That's when keeping it real really does go wrong. And remember, everybody, if you're out here in your 30s trying to go to all these bounce houses and stuff like that, please just know your knees cannot take this.
Oh. What is this? Is that a bar?
Why did she
How do your legs work that way?
What is this place?
What?
Jump straight up. How did you go forward like that?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Shout out to the legend T. Foss.
Shout out T. Foss.
Shout out T. Foss.
Oh my God!
This would never happen if you rented your bounce houses from Bloomfield Bounce House.
Hey,
it would never.
shout out to
It would
Bloomfield
never.
Bounce House.
Right? I don't know what this place is.
What up, T. Foss?
I'm intrigued.
It would never go wrong once you get your bounce houses from Stick at Bloomfield Bounce Houses as well too. And finally, this last video I will play for you guys. Shout out to my boy Lucas Klotz, former Woodward Sports employee as well too. He's got that dog in him, and I think this guy might have that dog in him as well too. But you guys let me know.
Thought he was playing this highlight tape again. What is that?
Is that Christian Yelich?
Wait for it.
What the fuck? What is that?
What is that?
Wait for it.
Is that dog food?
That's that pedigree dog food pack right there.
All right, bro.
Oh,
That's crazy.
Got that dog in him.
COE, man.
What kind of-
Content over everything, man.
Got that dog in him.
I don't know who said it earlier, but they said social media has done this.
Nah, for real.
That's disgusting. That's messed up.
Got that dog in him.
Literally.
Like, at the gym.
He just ate a pouch of dog food.
Bro.
What do you do a leg press?
What are you thinking, though?
I don't know why at first I thought that was like the little honey pouches that be having at like the gas station. And then it got so much worse. Like, oh, bro, dog food?
This
Come
is
on,
why
bro.
our country.
Some wild
What is
times,
going
man.
on, man?
Some wild
got-
times out
Got that dog in him. But that's it for what's trending, you guys. Let's hop into some mailbag.
Let's do it. Let's do it. We got to take a 30-second break. We'll pay some bills. I'm going to tell you about Boys and Girls Club, and you're going to tell them about Dr. Pierce. I will. But let me first tell you about Boys and Girls Club of Southeastern Michigan, because they got the best youth football league in Metro Detroit. It's their 3C Sports League. They offer youth ages 5 to 14 with 6 exciting teams to choose from in Detroit, Belleville, Highland Park, and East Point. All their coaches are trained. All of them are certified and undergo background checks, so you can register for football or cheer at bgcsm.org. Equipment, meals, transportation, it's all included for a chance to play the championship game at Ford Field, just $175 per child. So go put the youth back in youth sports with BGC SM 3C Sports. Kool-Aid?
Hey, let's go. Listen, we've heard about Jack Flaherty's injuries, Reese Olson's injuries, but do you know what they actually are? I know somebody who does, and attention sports fans, you can't miss out on expert sports injury insights with Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. Join Dr. Pierce every Tuesday during Big the Energy and every Thursday on Ermanni and Edwards Mass, where he's offering you top-notch injury advice. So you got to trust the guy that DMAC trusts. Dr. Jeff Pierce, he's here to keep you in the game and performing at your best. For more information, visit MichiganSportsAndSpine.com or call 248-426-9944.
The Great American Chevy Week is back and bigger than ever at Feldman Chevrolet. Choose from the largest inventory of award-winning Chevys, all priced to move for the biggest week of the year. Get this 2024 Silverado for only $213 a month, or this 2024 Equinox for as low as $249 a month. Feldman takes the Great American Chevy Week to another level. Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
The Ally Challenge presented by McLaren is back August 22nd through 25th at Warwick Hills and Grand Blanc. Be there for PGA Tour Champions Golf, Family Night, concerts, and more. Tickets start at just $15. Get yours at allychallenge.com today.
Thank you to all the fans for making Woodward Sports your #1 online destination for Detroit sports. We promise not to drop the ball.
At Planet Fitness, you can get everything you need for just $1 down.
Trying out Planet Fitness and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Hey, y'all better get on these free fitness training sessions from Planet Fitness.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home?
Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
Join Planet Fitness today and get everything you need for just $1 down. $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends Thursday, July 18th.
Since 1996, Feldman Automotive has been driven to provide a fast, convenient, first-class car buying experience called the Feldman Advantage. They got over 18 locations, so there's got to be a dealership in your backyard. Just visit feldmanauto.com to find the location nearest you. Check them out, Feldman Chevrolet. They are Detroit's #1 Chevy dealer.
Let's rock. Welcome back to Wake Up Woodward. And you guys already know it's time for our Wake Up Woodward mailbag segment brought to you by the Feldman Automotive Group. Shout out to Shad, too. He said Kool-Aid got 20 kids and knows about the honey packs from the gas station. Oh, was valid for that.
Oh, my God. That's the gas station honey pack.
Yeah. I'm going to go a little out of order here because Ed Catalyst, he asked Mailbag, would it be possible to cover more college football throughout the state? Coming in hot next week. Working with Justin before the show. Blaine will be back. We're going to get our kind of college football preview programming down. But you got my word. Next week, hit more college football for sure.
We will be absolutely locked in. The research started last week, but it's not fully complete yet. So we're just trying to give you that full-fledged, all-in project that you guys
want to
deserve.
give you something honest. Let's rock.
More college football. A little less Tigers, unfortunately, but that's the way it is. Another one that I thought was so good, out of order. Okay, here we go. Eric Allen, Mailbag. Is it crazy to think that Brad Holmes may have potentially already drafted 4 to 6 Hall of Fame players?
Wow. They keep showing up on all of the lists.
Penny,
every top
St.
5 and
Brown,
top 10.
Hutch. There's like maybe your 3 best possibilities. Then Aleem, Brian Branch, Gibbs, Laporta.
I think 4 is
that 3.5 number.
3 is probably like, okay, I can see 3 because we're talking about the Hall of Fame. You know, I'd say 3, maybe, because you still don't know. You can't make those proclamations yet. Players can get hurt. Players can have bad years. You never know.
You never.
I mean, but you know what? Listen, their continued success is obviously a lot going to ride on that. But if they go out there and they actually punch a Super Bowl win, not just even showing up there, a win, it at least gives them the opportunity because they do got some dogs on this team that are going to have a great resume in the case.
Yes,
is Goff a Hall of Famer if he wins the Lions their first Super Bowl?
Pardon?
No.
Is Goff a Hall of Famer if he wins the Lions their first Super Bowl?
100%.
No hesitation. Done is in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, 100%. That was the last thing I needed from Stafford. He's got all the stats and everything.
Yep.
Now he's a proven winner now. And I don't care if he got traded there for 1 year. He has the Super Bowl ring, and nothing else matters. He's in the Hall of Fame. Yeah. I'm pretty sure, but I do think Goff is too.
Yeah.
Ed O'Neill, mailbag. It is Week 15. Gibbs is in the MVP conversation. What happens? Predict the end of the season. Can Gibbs get to that next level? They got a tough Week 16, 17, 18.
Monty has to be gone, or hurt for him to be in that conversation. It's just to have an MVP level season as a running back. You just saw how good McCaffrey was last year, and he didn't necessarily come close. So,
or he's gonna have to be the true wide receiver number 2. That's and if he's the weapon that they say he is, and they utilize him that way, then yeah, obviously we don't want that cutting into J-Mo. So it's as it relates to that, I kind of agree with Justin from another perspective as well. You got David Montgomery in the backfield, and you have a lot that you're expecting from J-Mo as a wide receiver number 2. I do believe we're going to see much more production from Jahmyr Gibbs, but that much, I don't know.
How about this? David Witt, mailbag. Is the Rams, the season opener versus the Rams, a must-win?
Absolutely.
For the momentum and the morale of players and fans. By the way, Jonah Jackson did have an injury scare at Rams practice, which obviously would play into the Lions game. It's not as serious as expected to be, so he's expected to be playing. Is that a must-win? Week 1 against the Rams at home.
Who all of the children.
Is it a must-win? Not your prediction. Is it something that they don't win? That's a problem for the Lions.
No,
I don't believe that. This team has shown that they're resilient. This team has shown that even bad losses, they don't shake their resolve. They still keep their eyes on the prize. Remember how down people were when they got blasted by the Seahawks. I remember everybody's complaints when they got when they got beat by the Seahawks. Yeah. I remember everybody when they got blasted by the Ravens. This team was 20 minutes in a drop pass away from the Super Bowl. Why? Because they keep their eyes on the prize, and that's a testament not just to the makeup of the team, but who's also leading them from the coaches and the positional coaches as well. And they got better in those positions.
Oh, yeah.
I got to disagree. I think this is a must-win. It's a tone setter for the NFC.
Yes.
And then, of course, all the obvious stuff, Matt Stafford being on the Rams and stuff like that. But you want to prove that last year wasn't a fluke. They only won by 1 point, albeit they won, but they only won by 1 point at home. So you get a chance to get this team again and show that you were the better team on that day. I think it is a must-win for the Lions.
But do you think if they lose it, though, do you think it's going to affect their season like that?
No, not necessarily, but it's a morale killer. If
they
you come
aren't
out
going to lose.
I don't believe they're going to lose.
They aren't going to lose.
Say it again, Justin. Say it again one more time.
They aren't going to lose to an Aaron Donald-less Rams team.
Thank you.
Detroit Arrow says this Lions team is more about team goals than they ever will be more about personal awards. This team wants to win together. Yeah. The personal awards would just be icing on the cake.
And you know what, Chuckle Cheese? He said every game is a must-win. That's how I look at it.
I love that.
That was more or less what my mindset is, and that's why I believe that I don't want them to take that loss. That first game of the season, you're right for everything you said. It's a tone setter. It's the Rams. It's prime time. It's the Lions out there being taken serious, man.
Love it. Mason Leach, I'm going to direct this one to JB.
What's up?
Do MSU fans actually think they're winning 6 or more games, or are they just trolling?
No, I think that's an extreme possibility. 6+ games is quite possible. All you want is an improvement from this past season, which was just complete dog shit. So if you can get more wins and at least squeak into a bowl game, I will be happy with the season. I'm not calling for a national championship or to be into one of these playoff spots that they have going right now. But as long as you can sit here and tell me you're improving from this past season, I'll be happy with that. The results will show themselves as the future goes on more and more. But just win these games. Get me 6+ wins and I'll be happy.
Love that.
JB, as a Michigan fan, I even believe that they're going to win 6+. I have faith in Michigan State. I'm optimistic about Michigan State football being on the rise. So as another perspective to show that you're not even trying to be remotely biased, I completely agree with you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Steve DeYoung. Actually, before our next mailbag question, there will be no barking tomorrow. We're on a remote.
Yeah.
It was a little tricky, and the week got off, so we're going to bring that back next Friday. Steve DeYoung says, mailbag, with all the drama between him and the Pats, does Brad Holmes pull the trade trigger and bring home Matthew Judon? Anybody want
nice.
it?
Please.
Will he do it?
But
no.
You look at what's going on with Matt Judon over there. I think they lied about giving him a contract, and he came out and denounced it, saying that they never offered him anything. He's got to go. Like, I don't see how this ends well. He needs to be out of there. I don't think that they would have to pay a lot to get a Matthew Judon. I'm hopeful that it happens. I'm not sure if it does.
Has it gotten so bad in New England where you could acquire him and not have to extend him? You know, like because he wants to get paid.
Yeah.
I would be up for it if it was a rental or there wasn't like he has to get an extension to be happy in Detroit for a year. Maybe he's pissed off enough where it's like, I'll go chase a Super Bowl with them. Versus this team is going to be the worst in the league.
It's a possibility, absolutely.
Either that or keep your flexibility for the deadline as well.
Exactly. Eric Allen, mailbag. Over under 55 sacks for the Lions this upcoming season. Only 3 teams had 55+, and 5 teams reached the 50 mark, with the Ravens topping the mark at 60 last season. I think the Lions had either 32 or 35 on this, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
55.
They won't crack 50, but it'd damn sure be better than 30. I'm looking at like 47, maybe around there.
Up, call it 12, 13 sacks.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I don't mind like the 45, 48 range, but 50, you're kind of asking for a little bit too much, but it's quite a possibility.
50 would be Marcus Davenport having an absolute pop-off season, staying healthy.
Yeah.
Houston also coming back and being electric. That's what that would take. Or you bring in Matthew Judon. So I'm just going to say no. I just think that mark is so high. Even 50 is high.
So if Hutch has, call it 5 more in the regular season, Aleem plays
5 more though?
Yeah. So was it 11.5? So
that'll put him at
16.5?
Yeah, 15, 16.
15, 16, which is sensational, but that's not 20. Aleem gets 3 more.
Yeah.
Maybe Aleem gets 10 total, which would be a good.
That would be great.
EJ Reader gets 2. And you're right, it's Marcus Davenport, James Hughes, it's that crew. They got a chance to hit 55. Yeah, that sounds a little aggressive. They should sneak very closely to 50. Let's do one more. Does anyone have a good question to end on?
Do we the biggest question mark on the defense?
Are you guys joining members of my growing fan club?
Well, I will be I'll be on the board of trustees as a reporter for the team. Probably shouldn't be in a fan club for the players, but I like Rakestraw.
I like the idea.
I like him.
Okay.
I wanted to get your opinion on James Houston, who the chat has dubbed the biggest question mark on the D-line.
It's a big question mark. like, how healthy is he coming back from his injury? We've been hearing some good things. Specifically, I think it was Taylor Decker talking about how he sees some of that bend that we saw the last couple games of 2022. He says he looks healthy, he feels healthy. I wish they put him in the Matthew Betts program of forget the Sam linebacker position and just
quarterback.
See quarterback, find quarterback, tackle quarterback. Like I want him to just be focused on rushing the quarterback. I get why they want to, have him, give him some more tools, be more versatile. But man, someone like that, someone so young,
I love it.
Go get the quarterback. That should be, to me, and I'm not Dan Campbell or Aaron Glenn, just go get the quarterback.
He gonna do that anyway, though.
And we're not them, and that's where I guess if they believe at a baseline level they got something with James Houston, you straight.
You all right with that, big dog? Right? You all right with that?
If he can get to that level that they believe, hey, who knows what it can be?
Who knows? What a show!
Let's rock. Hey, it's been Wake Up Woodward, man. It's been a really good show, chat family. You guys have been excellent. The engagement, the conversation. Speakeasy was in the chat, man, for a little bit. Thank you guys all for the support.
Doing nonsense.
It's been a day. It's been a day. It's been a day. But you know what? Shout out to Flannel Sam, my brother. Can't wait to have you back on the show. Enjoy not just the vacation and time off right before Lions season and coverage he's going, but also support and family that has some great successes. So can't wait to have you back. Shout out to Chase Amley as well, part of the chat family.
Yes, sir.
In studio
Chase.
with us today.
Chase.
Get on that
Big
Central
Chase.
Michigan shirt as well.
CMU.
Hey, and that dude, Justin with the Deadpool or Wolverine shirt on. What up, though?
Nothing much. Hey, great show, fellas. I'm excited for tomorrow. And we're just going to keep it pushing, keep grinding. Let's go.
Let's go. Hey, got Detroit's number one draft pick in the sound booth. That is KG, a.k.a. Black Hollywood.
Yes, sir. Hey, appreciate y'all for all the love y'all gave me yesterday, man. Just know it means a lot to me. And shout out to the chat. Love y'all too, man. I won't be able to defend my Bar King title tomorrow, but next week we getting back at it, man. Who gonna take down the king, man?
Hey,
I'm still waiting.
Let's go. About to be Cody Rhodes in this month. Let's rock. Let's rock.
Okay.
Shout out to Woodward Sports MVP in the TD booth. That is JB Smooth.
Hey, fellas, amazing show. Get ready for a Wildin' Out Friday. We're going to have tomorrow at Dispo, I know for damn sure. But I got to get the hell out of here. I got to, get to my shift at Soroki. So, shout out.
Wait, is this
some
the
biscuits?
You got me some biscuits? Yeah.
Is this the first Wake Up Woodward remote at Dispo?
I
believe so, yeah.
We're going to wake and bake tomorrow.
Oh, shit.
Like on the show. Like nah.
No, I'm going to wake and bake.
I may join you, KG. I can't lie.
So instead of layup lines, we're going to title it Wake and Bake or something.
Before the show, we go hear
Something
KG
Dispo
and
related.
Justin like, I'm fired up.
Right.
I'm fired up.
Probably some giggles. Kool-Aid, you're
That
the
was a
man. That's
switch.
our credential Pistons beat reporter and writer. Leads our social media team. Been retooling everything about the
Stupendous.
strategy for this
Amazing.
entire year. This man, I don't know how he's awake at this morning. Like, he does so much for this network. I'm proud to work with you. Thanks for moderating the show. Can't wait for tomorrow. What a crew. What a crew. Let's get out of
I
here.
appreciate this guy.
Gordon
and this
Hayward
whole-
just
this
retired,
whole
by the
team.
way.
Oh, wow.
Gordon Hayward, 14-year career.
The Great White Hope.
He never wanted to come to Detroit, so.
Not just because he's a white boy, but 2 inches for him, man. 2 inches.
What?
And he would have been a national champion. He would have been a national champion.
Oh, okay. All right. I didn't know where you were going with that one, but
that was just a wild way to get there.
It's a wild
What do you
Sir,
Ladies
I
and
like
gentlemen,
Kikuchi. All right.
our credentialed Tigers and Lions reporter and writer, fast forward,
You can't-
FAB.
Just got my credentials revoked.
Ooh.
I'm kidding.
No, okay.
Let's go, Matthew Broder, man. It's been a show.
Let's do this. Chat.
Thank
do
you,
the
guys.
best.
Hey, it's been Wake Up Woodward. Have a blessed day, you guys.